weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
What it is, yo? Oh, what's up?
Hi everybody.
Hi. It's your girl BondyBlue. I'm back for another BondyBlue show. You saw the title. We're gonna listen. Slow down, bitch. I had my coffee, y'all. Okay, we're gonna be talking about Diddy trial, DDG, Halle, basketball wives drama, and more. Okay, so just so you know, we're gonna end with Diddy because it's so much that I want to get everything else out the way first before I dive into the Diddy of it all. Before I run my intro. Okay. Just a heads up, if you are an apologist, this is not the space for you. I saw somebody comment on the Tory Lanez video yesterday, or the day before yesterday, Monday, talking about, they were so disappointed because they thought they were going to come here and see somebody give empathy to this nigga. This is not that space. Okay. So I just want y'all to be clear. I am not here to coddle your emotions. I am not here to protect abusers or apologists of abusers. That's not what I'm here for. That's not what I do. So if you want somebody to apologize or make excuses for abusers or try to bend yourself in a pretzel to make it so that they're not the bad person that they are, I'm gonna need for y'all to go find y'all tribe somewhere else, probably under somebody's comments on a blog post, but just not here. This is not a safe space for you. And I just want y'all to know. Okay. So if you were on my Instagram this morning, you already saw the conversation and how I am being annoyed by the way everybody's trying to act like they can't see the RICO in the Diddy case. So we're going to get to that. But just so you're clear. Okay. I'm getting in people's asses. It's basically the real way to say it. But I'm glad y'all are here. Make sure y'all subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to BondyBlue Bites. I can't listen. I feel like I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna start off with this. Ashley Everett, right? Because I wanted to talk about that, but so much was going on that I didn't get a chance to. So we're gonna get into that this show. Y'all know what I get your snacks, bitch. Y'all know it could turn around and be 3 hours later fucking around with me. So get your snacks, girl. Before we get into this the show for today, and I really hope y'all will enjoy it and get something from it. I'm already kind of like, pre-period emotional. So I've already cried this morning. So I'm here to stir the emotions, girl. I'm here to do the Lord's work. Okay. So, Reset by Design Wellness. Okay. Y'all know I've been to Ghana, Thailand, and in July, I'll be going to Bali for our 3rd trip. I want y'all to know the next trips that are coming down the pipeline. Do y'all see? Costa Rica, Belize, Mauritius, okay, Mauritius, however you pronounce that shit. I'll figure it out because I'm going there. That's I believe that's on like the east coast of Africa. Brazil, Okinawa, which I cannot listen. Okinawa, one way. I cannot wait to go to Japan. Okay. And we're going to South Africa and I can't wait. Okay. But I just wanted y'all to see there is also coming up next year a couples retreat. Okay. April 21st through the 26th of 2026, there will be a Mexico couples retreat. Y'all know what this means. That means your flights won't cost as much money because flights to Mexico are cheaper than flights to Ghana and flights to Thailand and flights to Bali. Okay. And if you don't know by now, you're going to find out when we go to Bali that Reset by Design Wellness does not play when it comes to the amenities. They do not play when it comes to planning you a luxurious, just beautiful trip, girl. All right. So I want y'all to check these out. These are the upcoming retreats that we're going to be doing. And I know a lot of y'all wanted a couples retreat so y'all can bring y'all man. Okay. Now, let me tell y'all, do not bring your toxic nigga to this trip. Again, this is not the space. So if you getting your head knocked between the washing machine and dryer, please don't sign up to come to this. All right. But I wanted y'all to know and be ready for upcoming trips that we're going to be doing, that I'm going to be a part of, that I will be there for. Okay. And if you have been on any of our previous trips, y'all know how I facilitate people opening up and saying how they feel, because it's something that I do. Right. I'm somebody that can just, I just pour it out, babe. Like if we talking about it, I don't mind talking about my own shit. And that's why a lot of people fuck with me here on YouTube. Okay. Yes. Leave your DDG at home. Okay. Come to another trip. Okay. But absolutely, y'all. Couples trip coming up next year. So y'all make sure y'all go to Reset by Design Wellness and get into the trips. And their payment plans, you can use Klarna. You know what I'm saying? Like Affirm does monthly payments. So there are all these ways to set it up. And all you have to do is just go and sign up, pay your deposit. If you like me, if you put something on automatic, child, you don't have to worry about it. By the time we get to next year, you got a full trip laid out for you that you didn't even have to think about. All you had to do was just pay your money and go. Okay. Pay your money and go. Okay. Polyester brim. You can just throw that on and go. All right. Come on, movie reference. But yes, y'all, new trips coming for the Reset by Design Wellness people. And I cannot wait until our Bali trip, because y'all, I need it so much. So shout out to Reset by Design Wellness for, asking me and my people to come to these retreats. It is always amazing. It is always exactly what is needed. Shout out to Ty. Shout out to Sakina. Okay. I had to inform y'all. And I know y'all may not have the money right now, but see, you just pay on it. You just pay on it. You just pay on it. Okay? Come on, baby boy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank y'all for getting it. $40. Okay, let me get it. Yes. Upstage these bitches in here. You like this girl? Cute. Mm-hmm. All right. Now that I've gotten the ad out the way, let's get into it. If y'all don't know who Ashley Everett is, she is one of Beyonce's more famous dancers, choreographer. We know her. Okay. If you don't listen, if you in Beyonce world, you know her. Y'all know I'm kind of in between there, because I follow people that are way too in Beyonce's world. Like, I love y'all for real, but I can't give that much. I can't give that much. I do. And I've been loving the girl since people didn't like her back in the late 90s, early 2000s, back when people couldn't stand Beyonce's ass. Okay. Child choreographer, dancer, dance cat, girl, it don't matter. It's all the same shit. We know her. Let's listen.
On stage with Beyonce. It was a huge moment for you.
Yeah.
And then after that, we kind of didn't really see the aftermath of what happened with that. What's
the tea?
What's the tea?
The proposal was the beginning of the end,
Ooh,
baby.
That was
a proposal done for him, not me.
So you think it was like a grand gesture just for his
Yeah.
ego more than anything?
Yeah. Literally as soon as it happened, he was like, we went viral. Yes. It wasn't planned. We didn't talk about it. Looking at Julius, like, who allowed this? Who allowed this? Like, who allowed this? Why didn't you tell me? Why is he up here? I was livid. I was livid. Not looking back. And also, if you watch back,
I was upset. Girl, I was pissed. It's so funny now. I was so mad.
never say yes. I go,
Stop it.
Okay. So first of all, I want to start off by saying that I can see it here. I can see it here. Can you guys see it? Let me tell you. First of all, look at the height. Look at the height. Height. Also, who are you talking to, sir? She's right here. Why are you over here? Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? I'm gonna let him finish, but I noticed it off rip. As soon as he comes on camera, the hairstyle, the shortness, body language, the way he's holding that microphone. It's things that other people would not see, things that I can see automatically. I don't even understand any of the words that came out of his mouth. What did he say? What did he say?
So maybe I know that you think I don't.
How this hand shit? This hand shit? Give me my hand back, nigga. No, bitch, give me your hand. Who let him do this? Yo, who is he there for? Not her.
So I ask you to evidence.
But listen how everybody is in the crowd screaming for this shit. This is all of y'all female family members when y'all get proposed to by abusive nigga with a little bit of money. Think Medea's family reunion. This is how all of your friends and family are cheering you on to your demise. Listen to the roar of the crowd. Do it, girl. Do it, girl. He must love you. He must. He proposed. And we know how these niggas don't like to propose. So if they propose, they must really love you. And if you say no, if you are honest about your uncomfortability, you're the bad guy. You emasculated that little bitty nigga. You hurt that little bitty nigga's feelings. You're a terrible woman. That's how y'all treat women. Y'all don't want women's honesty. Y'all don't want women's honesty because their honesty emasculates y'all. That's why I be like, niggas are always just trying to push you in a corner, right? Women are delusional. Y'all don't want the truth, so we lie to y'all. Don't tell me the truth, bitch. I might be emasculated and now the world gonna feel like it's your fault if you tell me the truth. Corner. You can't win this way. You can't win that way. So you're pushed in a corner, kind of like Cassie in that hotel. You listening, whispering in his ear. You wrong for this shit. No, Beyonce, we don't have time for this. Beyonce, get in there, girl. I'm gonna tell you, Beyonce must have peeped. Look. I need for y'all to understand in this moment, just because she is responding in a way that is meant to protect his ego, everybody's now going to act like, which she, I'm not saying everybody, but y'all know this is what they do, right? If you protect their ego and you don't emasculate them, even though you don't want it to happen, later on, they'll be able to say, well, look at the way you responded. You were smiling. You looked happy. You look like you wanted this. But look how she's basically being pressured by him and everybody around her to not embarrass him, even though she feels embarrassed. I want y'all to remember that when we get to the Cassie story, because everybody's going to act like, because you can go and pull up pictures of them at the party where the cameras are there and she's smiling, you're going to act like that means that she was okay with everything being done behind closed doors, which is the stupidest shit in life. Because every single person that has that opinion probably works a job they hate, where you have to smile, grin, and bear it so that you can get your fucking check. I'm just saying, like, as a woman, and specifically as a Southern woman, you literally learned how to smile and be gracious to niggas who you really want to get out of your face out of protection for yourself, and also how your negative response can result in you being harmed or everybody else blaming you for his sad feelings. You emasculated him if you don't do what he's pushing you to do. And then when you're pushed to do it, and later you say, I didn't want that, everybody's like, but you did it though. Girl, I hate Beyonce knew. And I also want to know why they let. I'm gonna go find the whole podcast at some point. And don't forget, members only. We're gonna do a breakdown of the Sham Booty podcast with Raven Simone and her white wife girl, because I need to get a better understanding. Because I be seeing them and then I see little comments and I'm like, well, I don't know how I feel. So let's go see, come back this evening for that. But girl, yeah, this is an example of how niggas really will be with you so that they can co-opt your talents, co-opt whatever experiences that you created for yourself. They can't create those experiences for themselves. So they get with women so that they can co-opt that woman's experience. They want to get all of the good things. They want to get that shit too. Okay. So with that being said, let's move on. Next thing. Tory Lanez. We talked about Tory Lanez on Monday. Tory Lanez was jugged. Okay, jug. He was jugged 14 times in prison. Statement from team reveals he's talking normally and pulling through. And that's because, damn, terrible. What part, Roxanne? The part where he pulling through? Tory was stabbed 14 times, including 7 wounds to his back, 4 to his torso, 2 to the back of his head. Oh, they jugged the fuck out. They ran up on it. And 1 to the left side of his face. Both of his lungs collapsed and he was placed on a breathing apparatus. He is now breathing on his own despite being in pain. He is talking normally. Like, what do you mean he's breathing on his own despite being in pain? I'm sorry. Despite being in pain, he is talking normally, in good spirits, and deeply. So what is that supposed to mean? He's struggling, y'all, but he's pulling through because God is giving him the strength. Y'all, this is the time that I hate y'all and the God y'all serve. Whoever y'all are, the God that y'all be talking about, because there was literally people in the comments like, God always protect his, because Tory Lanez belongs to God and he's going to be protected. Instead of viewing it like this is a violent individual who makes choices to not control themselves and ends up in a situation where you in jail getting jugged. To me, it's like karma. To me, it's giving what you put out, you got back. Y'all think that everybody that doesn't feel sorry for him, we're the ones that are going to receive the catchback, ignoring the fact that we didn't actually do anything. He did it. And this is him reaping what he sowed. And y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all don't want to hear that he's reaping what he sows. Y'all don't want to hear that this is a response to who this little man is. His little bitch ass is violent. He enacted actions of violence repeatedly, ended up in jail, and now has violence being enacted on him. And y'all are in the comments like, God's going to protect him. Biggest soldier. And I need for y'all to understand, when people get jugged in prison, they get jugged with like cup of noodles and shit. Like, I was just watching the episode of one of my favorite, guilty pleasure TV shows, which is like a show I don't have to do anything for. I can just watch it. Elsbeth. I don't know if y'all watch Elsbeth. Okay. But I love Elsbeth. I've loved that white lady with the red hair since she was on True Blood back in the day. Okay. So I follow her, right? So I love Elsbeth, girl. And on the last episode of Elsbeth, she was in jail and they talked about a way to get away with a murder in jail. You stab somebody with something created out of noodles, right? The noodles are hard. And so you shape the noodles, then you jug the person, then you put the weapon in the cup. And now the noodles is just in the cup. Okay. And you looking for a murder weapon because this person was stabbed to death, but really they was stabbed with some goddamn noodles. Okay. That was the last episode of Elsbeth. She was on clause 2. Yes. So that's why I'm saying whatever he was jugged with, y'all thinking about it like it was a knife or like, but no. I might be remembering it wrong, but Elsbeth had a story exactly like that, where a shiv was made out of noodles, hard cup of noodles. And then it was put in water and it dissolved. So they were trying to figure out where the weapon came from. It was ramen. Yes, it was. It was ramen. Okay. Stabbed the shit out of him too. Listen. Okay. So I just want y'all to know they probably are low-key putting 20 on 10. He probably got like shanked with something that might have sent cuts into his body, but not that deep. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's able to live and smile and be deeply thankful to God that he's pulling through. Because whatever they hit him with, it wasn't nothing that could really, it was the warden. It was the warden. He always wants to thank everyone for he also wants to thank everyone for their continued prayers and support. I love that y'all can support somebody who almost killed someone and nobody supported her. Like to this day, y'all find a way. It's like the energy surrounding Megan Thee Stallion is there's always somebody who wants to make her pay for the police in Los Angeles filing charges against Tory Lanez. Everybody. Now, a toothbrush make more sense. A toothbrush makes more sense. Okay, so I'm going to give y'all another movie reference for the toothbrush. Back in the day, okay, what this was, the 90s, Reese Witherspoon, Freeway. I don't know if you ever seen it. One of my favorite movies growing up. I don't know why I like crazy movies as a kid, but these are the movies that came on Showtime and Cinemax at night when I'm in the bed, just waiting for, watch something till I go to sleep, right? Freeway was one of those movies because I love Reese Witherspoon. I was like, is that Reese Witherspoon acting like a trailer park trash bitch? Oh my God, let me watch. Freeway is literally one of the best cult classic white trash movies ever. Okay. In that movie, one of the girls who was in the jail with Reese Witherspoon, and I need to pull her up because now she's like everybody's quirky mom or auntie in shows and movies. And I love her because of this role, because she played like a essay's girlfriend. And she rolled up, what she said, "Hey, puta, I'm talking to you." You know what I'm saying? She talking to Reese Witherspoon. Reese Witherspoon turned around, bangs her head up, beat the shit out of her. They become friends after that. Right? And her and her posse was like crazy bitches. So they actually, you watch them wrap the toothbrush in saran wrap and then burn it until it got sharp. And then just keep kind of like whittling it against a table or something to make it sharp. But that was how they ended up like killing a whole bunch of people one day. They went to the gas station to use the bathroom, and that was how they were supposed to get out. This right here, y'all. This the scene right here. This right here, this is the scene. Okay. They was in that bathroom and somebody pulled that toothbrush out their back pocket and they killed that poor lady that was supposed to be watching them when they when they went to the bathroom. Here you go. I'm talking to you, puto. This lady right here, y'all. This lady right here. I'm mad that this picture is fucked up, but she be in so much stuff now as like your quirky, aunt or mom, and she's hilarious. But on this movie, talking to you, puta. Where is that? Child, back in the day when Brittany Murphy was still like, here, her. This lady right here, Alana Ubach. Her. Love her. Love her. She be all over the place, okay? But yeah, y'all. And then the story about Freeway was basically them turning the fairy tale of Little Red Riding Hood into an actual story where this girl who, was in a household with the stepdaddy abusing her, the mama on drugs, then having her black boyfriend who did, who sold drugs and all of that. She ends up running away from home and getting picked up by a clean-cut rich white man who is a serial killer. But he didn't kill her. She ends up fucking over him when he tries to kill her. He then decides he wants to make himself out to be the victim. And so now, because she and her homegirls are like the crazy white girls, trailer park trash, now they don't believe her story. They don't believe that he was the one that actually tried to hurt and kill her. They don't believe it. So that's the movie. So if you have not ever, child, Keith Sutherland, yes, because she fucked up the side of his face. And he was in court. Y'all, Freeway is literally one of Reese Witherspoon's best movies. Okay. not with story stabbed with chicken or beef. I'll watch it on Tubi. It's on Tubi. Okay. I haven't seen that movie in years. I have to rewatch it to refresh my memory. Yes. But it's one of those movies that reminds me that you cannot think that you can't judge a book by its cover. You can't think just because the young girl is out here, being reckless, acting crazy, being violent, also comes from a household where her stepfather is fucking her and her mom allows it. Like, you can't think just because she is white trash and she says this man did something to me, but he got money, so you automatically think she's lying and he's telling the truth. Like, that's what Cassie and Diddy, people. Y'all always the Shannon Sharp situation, and Brooke Shields was his wife. Yes. Great movie. I'm telling y'all. Okay. So I just want y'all to peep. There's always an example somewhere to show y'all what really be going on. I don't know why everybody just assumes that rich, powerful people are victims whenever they get accused of something, instead of seeing them as usually the perpetrator in the first goddamn place. It's just K. Thank you, JK. Thank you for becoming a member, my love. Kimmy Nicole, thank you for the super chat. Hey, boo, y'all get these likes up, please. Yeah, show me some love, man. Okay, I'm getting TNA out this motherfucker. Okay, and good skin with no filter. Help me. Jerry M. Travels, thank you for the super chat. Sympathy and payola. Sympathy and payola. April Glow, thank you for the super chat. Boo, I've been a respiratory therapist for 21 years and 2 collapsed lungs from a stabbing. He's talking within hours is cap. I saw somebody say that. I saw somebody say that the way they're talking about his recovery doesn't make sense based on what they said happened to him. They was really trying to get sympathy out of everybody. That's why I was like, I need to see it. Where are the stab wound pictures? I don't believe it. Maybe he was just rolling around on the pavement and got some rocks in his body. You know what I'm saying? Lady T, thank you for the super chat. Random. I was watching a reel of Blue Ivy dancing and read the comments. My God, today. I've never seen so much hate directed towards a young lady before. No, I'm going to tell you what it is. And I've noticed this. A lot of, and I don't want y'all to feel bad. I don't want y'all to feel judged. I just want you to tap yourself on the shoulder because we can't see you, bitch. Okay? I'm about to say something that might hurt your feelings. But if we can't see you, then don't be mad because we don't know that this is you. Okay? But if it's you, I just want you to take stock. I want you to take inventory. Poor people tend to be extremely jealous, especially of children that don't have to struggle. I told y'all about this. Remember when I was on Tasha's channel and everybody was, talking about Russell Simmons' daughter and they were so mad. And I said on Tasha's channel, a lot of y'all didn't grow up having shit. So when y'all see somebody that grew up having, you automatically feel like whatever they went through doesn't matter because they had money and you didn't have money. So you think, you know what I'm saying? So you have like a hate towards these people because they didn't have to grow up struggling, because their parents are rich. You wish Beyonce was your mama. So you gonna get up there and hate on her daughter in the comments because you're a hater ass bitch. You're a weirdo. You're not just poor of pocket, you're poor of spirit. I'm just saying, I want everybody to pay attention. Don't be mad at me in the comments. Tap yourself on the shoulder. Is this me? If it's not you, let it fly. If it's you, just take some stock. Take some inventory. Don't type not a motherfucking thing to me. Don't type nothing to me. Take inventory. Get your life together. So from there, I guess because we, the bulk of us, we got Diddy going on, child. We got DDG going on, child. We don't give a fuck about no goddamn Tory Lanez. We don't care. And I guess because we didn't care about Tory Lanez, they just, they really trying to drive it home that we should feel sorry for him. I just want him to be in jail because I feel like he harassing us at this point. Can you just be in jail? Can you just be in jail? Like, I'm tired of Tory Lanez did a song with DDG. Tory Lanez, a guy working on an album from prison. When I want jail to be jail. I want jail to be jail. I want it to be hard for you to communicate with the rest of us from in there. Like, I really do, especially if you have the power to incite other people to act out on your behalf, the way Tory Lanez does, the way Diddy does, the way R. Kelly does. Like, a lot of these powerful people, no matter what they did wrong, will have some slow brain ain't all the way fully developed, even though they 45-year-old people that will defend and do whatever for these people. I want him to leave us alone. I want him to stop talking to us. I want him to stop trying to come out with ways to make us think. And this is what I'm talking about when I say the abuse after the fact. Do you know how every time we see a post, where's the post? I'm going to come back to this one. Every time we see a post that acts as if there is some new information about Tory that's about to come out, that's going to change everybody's mind about what he did. There's always a post, y'all. Remember when they said, oh, the security guard said something? They always acting like there's this secret evidence that no one's ever seen before that's finally gonna come out. I thought I saved the post. But they were literally talking about how there's some new evidence that's gonna be put out, because y'all need to know the truth about Tory Lanez. Every time that happens, I get anxiety. Not because I feel like it's true, but because every time it kind of reinforces everybody believing that Meg's a liar, believing that this didn't happen to her. And now we all have to be re-traumatized all over again. Every time they do that, I feel like, is this really not over yet? I'm not even the one he shot. And I can feel the anxiety of every time the blogs post a story about him and about what happened. It's always like this roller coaster of, oh my God, here we go with this shit again. And you know what it's going to mean? It's going to mean people screaming, he didn't do it. Free Tory. We hate Megan. Megan, we hate. Like, we know that that's what it's going to be every time. To me, it gives abusive. Every time he's able to do this shit, it gives abuse, because now we're all being re-triggered by a story that we really want to be fucking over. We want it to be over. We're tired of it. He did it. Let him be in jail. Let him be in jail. You said neighborhood talk? Hold up. I'm going to find it because I thought I had it. But like, we know when Megan gets up there, everybody's going to feel the anxiety of how people are going to respond to her. Like, she's not the victim in the situation. Like, she wasn't the one shot. You're going to act like, to me, I always felt like I wish y'all would just come out and say that she shot herself, because that's what y'all want to say, right? That's what y'all want to say. Y'all want to say, oh, she just shot herself. Nobody shot her. Because you want to say anything. You want to find any excuse whatsoever to make it seem like he didn't do it. I'm trying to see. I don't see it. I see him down here though. Prisoner who allegedly stabbed Tory is serving a life sentence for murder. This isn't his first time attacking another prisoner. Yeah, look at him. Santino Casillo, yeah, look at that crazy ass nigga. Yeah, he definitely, yeah. It is giving, you think you too high for your britches, nigga. Listen. So ain't nothing gonna happen. And then people, feeling like, oh, he's in jail. They're jealous of him. Child, bye. Oh, here it is. Tory Lanez legal team says they will be exposing never before seen evidence concerning his shooting case with Megan Thee Stallion. Here it is. This is the press conference, 10 a.m. sharp. Okay. We're exposing the truth. Never before seen evidence will be revealed, which could reshape public understanding of one of the most. Let me tell you something. If the evidence did not get him off, I don't care. This is not just a press conference. It's a call for justice. Do you see this? A call for justice. He did it. I think they deleted it. Because I'm like, I haven't seen any clips from it. But this is what I'm talking about, y'all. This is what I'm talking about. Posting this shit yesterday, and everybody who, talks about this and feels the same way I do, you have to take a deep breath to expel the anxiety in your body, because you are tired of them re-victimizing her, and by proxy, re-victimizing us, trying to act as if we never knew the truth to the story, when it's also very fucking simple. It could all be so simple, but you'd rather make it hard. Like, this was it. This was the post I saw. Hollywood Unlocked posted something about it, because y'all know they don't like Meg at all. So that would make sense. Hollywood Unlocked really don't like Megan, y'all. Jason Lee don't like, Jason Lee is an apologist. Jason Lee is one of the people that feels like, Cassie wanted it. And I'm just kind of like, okay, I want somebody to come lock you in a room and force you to be creaming out of your ass, as Jazzy would say. Like, I want, people who feel like this is not that bad. I just want y'all to be put in these situations and see how y'all feel. That's all. Oh, hold up. Let me save that. Let me slide. Hold up. Oh, here it is. Hold up. Let's see what they're saying.
Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Ms. Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had, where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named...
So are they saying Kelsey again? We're putting it back on Kelsey, right? I don't know now. This might okay. Let's take a listen.
You're listening to Street TV.
Oh, okay. So y'all thought that was enough time? Let's listen to him. Look, okay. Oh, wait, no, it's just a song. That's a shots fired song. Right. Let's see. Oh, come on, Nick at Night.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. And tonight, inside their home. So let me pull it up on the screen.
Let's listen again. So y'all, let me know. Let me know, y'all. So do y'all hear that? Do y'all hear that? Dot. 1, 2, dot. Does that sound like, I'm just saying, does it sound like there was enough time to snatch a gun and fire it again? I'm just saying, the way the shots sound, they sound too close together for somebody to have exchanged hands and then shoot it 2 more times. I'm just saying. Bop, bop, bop. 1, 2, bop, bop. So then, I hate it, and it's the fact that we have to keep having this fucking conversation that's a part of the abuse. Does that really sound like, to y'all, does that really sound like somebody had time to take a gun from somebody and then shoot it again? And then I will always take it back to, if Tory Lanez did not do it, why did he say Kelsey didn't? Why would he take the fall for Kelsey? Nobody has ever explained that to me. And also, I want y'all to explain why he never said that that's what happened. Why would he take a 10-year bid for Kelsey? Why would he do that? I believe the gun might have been hers. It might have. Or it might have been like, hey, tell him that that gun was yours. Exactly. To shoot and aim takes time, especially exchanging hands. Thank you. Thank you. And I've never heard a man in my fucking life, an abusive man, taking the fall for a woman. I have never in my life heard that. Never. Like, there was GSR on Tory. It was inconclusive, which means all that means is when the police pulled up and Megan is dripping from the foot outside of the car, somebody had time to wipe the gun. Like, I just one more time for the people in the back, because I want y'all to make it make sense. That lawyer just said Kelsey shot at him. And to me, this is not evidence. You're just telling us a theory we've already heard. We've heard this theory already. This is not new news. This is not evidence. You telling me somebody said some shit is not evidence. Hand sanitizer can make GSR inconclusive. They wiped it. The gunshots came from the passenger side, but when the police retrieved the gun, I believe it was close to where Kelsey was sitting. It's absolutely given. We're in the car, wiped it off, handed it to her. And she took it because she's another pick-me. And in a moment, quick. Just quick shit. I've never heard of a man. Yes, this is hearsay, not evidence. Thank you. This is not evidence, but I will play you actual evidence one more time so you can tell me how you imagine the hands switching so quickly.
Somebody's ring inside their up on the screen.
And that's another reason why you can't hear other noise, because the Ring camera was inside somebody's house. So they can't hear the other noise, but y'all know how loud gunshots are, right? If you live in a neighborhood and you've ever heard gunshots before, you didn't hear the argument, but you heard the gunshots. So let's hear it again. Yeah, no. I'm sorry. That's not enough time to me. It was found under his seat. Okay. Under his seat. Okay. I thought they said it was somewhere like close to where Kelsey was sitting in the car. The reason why I say that, because it was something about how she had GSR on her as well. But also, she also said in her first police report, she didn't say this on the stand, but in her police report, she said he beat her ass too. She said he beat her up too. And who grabs a hot gun after it's been fired? And what nigga you know is gonna try to fight a gun out of a woman's hand who's shooting at somebody? I'm gonna hold y'all hand when I tell y'all this. Tory shot that lady, and his way of continuing to abuse her and abuse social media is to keep coming up with alternative ways of explaining what might have happened because he never told us directly what happened. He never explained exactly what happened. Neither him nor Kelsey ever fully explained what happened. Meg explained it to some extent, like she was trying to keep a portion of it out, whatever the argument was about. However, when she says, I got out of the car and was walking away and I turned and all I hear is pop, pop, pop. Alternate endings to this fucked up movie. Absolutely. It's given, but maybe it really happened like this. I want y'all to know this is not Clue. This is not Clue, bitch. You're not about to end the movie with two different variations of what could have happened, but at the end, but this is how it really went down. They keep doing that to us. No, I didn't forget the dance bench dance. I didn't forget that. I didn't forget it. Dance, bitch. Bop, bop, bop. Bop, bop. I just wanted to run back the actual shots for you so y'all could hear it for yourselves. If you think that you can switch guns and shoot like that quickly, to me, this is no different than when they put shit out on the blogs and think somebody is going to say it. Instead, this time you hold a press conference and that's supposed to give it more validity. Nope. And this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Somebody said, so Kelsey shot Megan and then Tory took the fall for Kelsey. Then Tory proceeded to call Kelsey from jail and say sorry to Kelsey about cheating on her despite taking the fall for her. Please make this make sense. Look, so Tory is in jail for nothing, asking for a friend. This is how y'all be. Free Tory. Everyone apologize now. Nigga said 4. The guilt of an innocent man almost dying ate that security guard's conscience up real bad, even though we've already heard this. To me, it almost seems like the way everything came out, this was all strategic. The stabbing, then this press conference, and now this new evidence, which is really not evidence, but some random man with a suit on telling us the same shit that we already done heard through the niggas on the internet. They fought for the gun. Like, like, bitch, okay. Child, you see I ain't on there no more, right? Okay. I wish y'all would leave me alone. I am not, bitch, I am a free agent. But I'm gonna just tell y'all, like, I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody's talking about. Nothing that man said was actually evidence. We knew this. This is not evidence. Question, would this have come out if Tory wasn't recently stabbed in jail or no? Serious question. Helen Keller knew this when she pleaded the fifth. I said she did it. It did not add up. She pleaded the fifth. I believe she pleaded the fifth because she was an accessory after the fact. That's what I think. I think she was an accessory after the fact, and I also think that women are petty. You basically were all up Megan's ass to some degree because you were like her friend that was riding through this very, star-studded experience with her. And so she decides to stop talking to you when she see how you talking to him while she's in a hospital. You talking to Tory Lanez and trying to finagle and figure out a way to get him out of trouble while Megan is getting bullets removed from her feet. Megan decides to stop talking to you. And now, instead of telling the truth of what happened, you decide to plead the fifth so that you don't have to tell us the story that you told the prosecutors before court. I just have to say, if a man knows he's about to go to jail for 10 years, why wouldn't he tell his own truth? He never told his own truth. He never said, Kelsey shot at her and I was trying to take the gun from Kelsey. When they said if Kelsey did it, hold up, let me find it. Hold up. Let me find it. Let me find it. Ooh. Okay, so this is a story from back in the day. What was this? 2022, September 2022. Tory Lanez denies that he shot Megan Thee Stallion on his new album Daystar, but he's saying that Kelsey, Megan's best friend who was in the car with them, also isn't responsible for firing the gun. Let me see. After breaking his silence last night, Tory Lanez is shutting down the narrative that Kelsey was actually the one to shoot Megan on July 12th. People saying Kelsey shot her, wrote one person in Shade Room's comments. Surprisingly, Tory Lanez saw the remark and claimed that it's false. That's not true, he said simply. Over the course of the last 2 months, Megan has been clear that Tory was her shooter. Tory denied the allegations last night through his album release, also dissing everyone that came to the rapper's defense, including Asian Doll, J.R. Smith, JoJo, Kehlani, and more. Tory is also being accused by Megan's team of conducting a smear campaign against her, fabricating email addresses and sending false information to media to make him look better, including a statement from his ex-bodyguard about how he would never hurt a woman. Is this the same bodyguard? Questions. If Tory says he didn't shoot Megan and he's also claiming that Kelsey didn't do it, does he want us to believe that she shot herself? I just want to be clear, y'all. When given the opportunity, the man told us, and nobody asked him, y'all. This was on social media. Nobody asked this nigga to say anything. He could have stayed quiet and not said it, but he literally got on the internet and said that it's not true. Hold up, let me see. I just want to read a little bit more. Hold on. This academics with a stupid ass reposting Megan Kuniff. Kathy Todd began her question of Kelsey by asking her about being granted immunity for her testimony and emphasizing that the immunity does not cover perjury. As in, if Kelsey lies on the stand in Tory's trial, she can be charged with a crime. I believe she did not want to say what happened out of spite to Megan. That's what I think. You don't have immunity to perjure yourself on the stand, meaning that if she actually did it, she can't get up there and say she didn't. Okay? Kelsey says, yes, ma'am. Todd then asked if Megan was shot that night. Again, her team told me she stepped on glass, Kelsey testified. Her team told me, bitch, you were there. Todd said, but even Kelsey herself has said Meg was shot. She texted about it moments after it happened. Help, Tory shot Meg. That's the text that Kelsey sent on the scene. That's my assumption, Kelsey testified. She said she did hear gunshots that night, but she denies seeing Megan limping, even though we all saw Megan limping. She texted Meg security. Yes, she did. Todd also asked Kelsey about denying yesterday that Tory had tried to bribe her, which was really nuanced testimony. But overall, she did say what Tory said to her about $1 million in the case was not him trying to bribe her. Kelsey is on stand lying. She's on stand lying as far as I'm concerned. But it's a loophole. You know what happened. But if you say I don't remember, then nobody can say you're lying if you say I don't remember, because nobody can say if you remember something or not. Tory's lawyer, George, whatever the fuck, asked Kelsey in his cross-examination if she'd had any contact with Tory or his lawyers or felt intimidated in any way. Kelsey said no. Has my client paid you anything? She said no. Kelsey added, I would actually like to make that very clear. I've seen some things from Meg's attorney and I'm tired of that line. So no. A lot of questions were about Kelsey's recorded interview with prosecutors in September, which is when she said a lot of the stuff that she is now pleading the fifth on. It was mentioned in Todd's questioning that Kelsey's husband attended the meeting with her to support her. Y'all remember her husband was somebody that was a member of 1501, right? Okay. Y'all, your goal was to incriminate my client and keep yourself out of it. Kelsey answered, no. Are you afraid my client, Tory Lanez, Daystar Peterson, are you afraid of him? She said no. Then make it make sense, y'all. I need y'all to like tell me what happened then. He said she didn't do it. She said she didn't do it. Who did it then? Why would you wait until you get shanked in prison to reboot another story? But if you have an old man with a tie telling us, then we supposed to believe it? She wasn't married the whole time, but she got married to that man, not like, I think she was like probably dating that man at some point, like during what all of this shit was happening. Cause what this shit happened in what 2019, 2000. Girl, when did it happen? I can't even remember no more. Okay. It's giving album rollout probably. But I'm just saying, y'all, I want to bring up, because we forget, right? We see these stories all the time and we forget about what actually fucking happened. I've played the gunshots for y'all and I've taken it back to the court where Kelsey is obviously on stand lying. Her story that she told to the prosecution, 2020, thank you. COVID, thank you. So you mean to tell me you married by 2020, girl? Child. But yes, no, baby. I'm not going with that. That's a nice try, but I'm not going with that. There is way, hey Scotty, there's way too much news out there. There was way too much evidence put on social media because these days people don't know how to keep shit to themselves. So Tory, I feel like, fucked himself up. So yeah, I'm you know, I'm not rolling with this, and I don't care what happened to him. And I wish that him and his defense team, I wish he would run out of money. Like, I don't know who's giving him money, maybe DDG or maybe, you know, many of the other like fucked up men that are giving him money. But like, I want his money to run out because I'm tired of them coming to us with this shit over and over and over again. He did it. If he didn't do it, he would have presented that during the trial. He did it. But he wants the public to not believe he did it because that's the only thing he has left. It's how people protect him on social media. And y'all know if y'all not going to do nothing, y'all going to protect an abuser. That's what we're seeing all up and down my motherfucking timeline is people protecting abusers. Tory did it. Get out of my facial. Y'all, what's going on here? What's going on? What's going on? Y'all, I just want, I love me some him. Okay. When I told y'all, I know y'all don't remember, but I told y'all that something was wrong with Toni Braxton, right? I told y'all it looked like Toni Braxton be wanting to look lighter than she is. I told y'all that she decided that she, you know, wanted to be with Birdman, child. That really made me feel like something was wrong with her wanting to be with Birdman. Like, anybody that knows of Birdman or knows niggas like Birdman or has actually heard Birdman have a conversation, you know that he don't need to be married to no damn woman. He don't need to be married nobody. He don't need to be married. So the woman that decides to marry him, please know something is wrong with her too, right? So when Toni Braxton goes to her son's graduation and lingerate, you know this. Listen, and y'all know I'm one of those women that feel like you're not about to, oh, you're a mother me. You're not about to, oh, you're a mother me. You're not. You're not. But it's a time and a place. It's a time and a place, y'all. And a sexy lace number is really not the look to wear to your son's graduation. It's almost given that you want attention like you're not going to get the attention. And this is something that I myself have, like, you know, kind of been peeping. When you are somebody that is used to getting attention, when you are not the focus, if you're not secure in yourself, you will do weird shit so you can still be the focus some type of way. I think on some level, Toni Braxton is somebody that is Toni Braxton, like the Toni Braxton. As you get older, shit is not about you in the same way. So you have to do something to make it about you. You have to do something to draw the attention from the person that it's about to being back to you. because you're Toni Braxton, and that's how it's always supposed to be, even when it comes to your kids. I love y'all for real. This was attention seeking like a motherfucker. Because if you really Toni Braxton and you don't want everybody paying attention to you, you don't just come with dark sunglasses and a hat. You wear slacks, bitch. You wear slacks. You wear a skirt that's maybe 2 inches above the knee, bitch, but you put on clothes. You don't dress like you the mistress going to the man's funeral. That's what this look like. This look like an outfit you wear to walk up to the to your nigga, your married nigga's funeral, because you want everybody to know that he was cheating with you when he was alive and you can't stand his fucking wife. So you come through to the funeral dressed like this. Handkerchief. Oh, fall on the casket. I loved him. I loved him. They drag your ass out. The wife, the wife didn't been trained to have good sense on some level. So she's sitting there and everybody holding her hand tight. Don't do it, mama. Don't do it, mama. Sometimes I just sit and I wonder what the hell my husband is. You sure you don't want some gum? Bitch, we gonna keep bringing up Kingdom Come in this motherfucker today. Okay? Woo. Yes. Everybody, child, we love Kingdom Come. Everybody and their fucking mama was in that movie. Vivica Fox, LL Cool J, Jada Pinkett, Anthony Anderson, Whoopi Goldberg, Toni Braxton. Child. Everybody and their mama was in that movie. That was back in the early 2000s when a good black movie come out, bitch. Oh, y'all seen that new black movie with all of them people in it? Yes, bitch, we gotta see it. It's free on YouTube. Yes. Mean and surly. Fuck out of here. Nah, I gotta go rewatch that movie. Kingdom Come might be the next Now That We're Grown, because I didn't, I took a hiatus because I need to feel inspired. I really want to go back to When a Man Loves a Woman. I told y'all about that one too. But yeah, I just want y'all to understand something wrong with Toni. That's all. And something wrong with Toni. That's it. Okay, that's it. That's all. Something wrong with Toni. Let's see. What else is going on? Let's go here next, because I really want to discuss this, because I think I didn't really get into it like that, because I really was thinking about it like I'm tired of Jennifer and I'm tired of whoever this man is. He look like a lesbian right there. He look like okay, he look like the type of lesbian that I would have.
It might be Evelyn really has something against Black women, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out there because I feel like every season she is trying to go in on a Black.
First of all, I have a problem off rip. Can I tell you what my problem is off rip? My problem off rip. Why is the camera angled like this? I don't know why. Yes. If you search my community page, Kimmy, you'll see that I posted it because it's one of my favorite movies and they put it on Hulu or something. And I rewatched it and I was just like, memory unlocked. Child Away, the movies that I was obsessed with as a child kind of mirrored something back to me. I always think it's so fascinating. But she was an alcoholic. Okay. I was raised around alcoholics, functioning ones, but alcoholics, nonetheless. I wish people would have, fell through a glass shower and been made to go and get some goddamn help, but that's not what happened. Okay. Okay. But yes, Meg Ryan, Andy Garcia movie, really great movie. All right. But let's get into Jennifer Williams, whatever her last name is. Why is she, this is about her. Why is she not centered on the screen? Why is she off to the side being cut off by the camera? It's just another example of how she's centering him, even though the only reason we're here is because we know her. I just want you to peep it.
Black woman. And that's just real.
Hey, Amari, can you go downstairs real quick and grab something for me? It's in a bag. No. We keep it real. We keep it transparent over here.
I live
downstairs in the media room. When you walk in,
you trying to bring a Black woman down. You trying to bring a Black man down. Like, cut it out.
So real quick, Armani's coming with the real receipt. Because I'm gonna give you one more chance. And I don't really care about comments like that. Of course, you guys see me on Instagram. You go through my page, like I laugh at y'all's comments. Like the negativity, I laugh at.
You enjoy it. It's attention. That's why it doesn't bother you, because you like the attention.
But there's one person on this live. You bringing a lot of negativity. I'm gonna give you a chance, but if you continue,
It might be Evelyn really has something against Black women, and I'm
okay. I wanted to go back to that. So you mean to tell me that you didn't know that your Latina homegirl was colorist and hanging around Black women because she knew she would be the preferred, because she is a preference in the eyes of most stupid ass Black men. No disrespect to the Black men, not all y'all, but a lot of y'all view light skin, Latina, Puerto Rican, the mixes. Y'all think that, oh, that's exotic. That's what 50 Cent said, right? That's exotic. That ain't the girls from around the way. Bitch, Evelyn ain't never been nothing but a girl from around the way. If you grew up in a neighborhood with a Black girl in New York, then you grew up in a neighborhood with a Latina girl like fucking Evelyn Lozada. But y'all still will try to make it seem like it's not about colorism. It's not about internalized racism. It's not about a hatred of Blackness. Oh no, it's about something being exotic. That's bullshit. First of all, okay? Second of all, Jennifer, you are right beside Evelyn for most of the most fucked up things that she did. Anytime Evelyn was centering her anger on some Black woman on that show, which was repeatedly, what about when it happened with OG? Nobody gave a fuck. When we as the public were mad and angry at the way they were treating OG on Basketball Wives, Shawnee O'Neal did a public service announcement, very tired, very annoyed with the public, very annoyed that somebody wanted her and Evelyn to be accountable for the colorism that was happening on that show at the time, and told us we were too invested. So we've been pointing out who Evelyn is for years. Jennifer, you're not saying anything new. It was all fine and good when you were benefiting from it, right? When you were benefiting from being her lapdog, when you were benefiting from being her sidekick, it was all good. And you didn't give a fuck about nobody being Black. When Evelyn was talking about Tammy being on food stamps, and I've never seen a food stamp. I don't even know what that is. Girl, it's government assistance, bitch. You don't have to have seen what the EBT card looked like in order for you to know it's money from the government. The fuck? Anytime Evelyn wanted to put her foot proverbially on some Black woman's neck, you was right next to her, helping. You were right next to her, aiding and abetting. So now that she got something to say about your scamming ass lesbian relationship with this nigga, now you want to bring out that she Erica Mena like we didn't already know? Now you want to bring out she really doesn't like Black women. Oh, you think? You think so? You think we didn't already know that? Bitch, congratulations. Welcome to the fucking party. And look at the way we don't know this nigga. The only thing we know about him is he's stealing people. And y'all can keep acting like $1,500 is not a lot of money. And in Trump's economy, in recession economy, $1,500 may not be a lot from one person. $1,500 from 10, 20 people is a lot of money. Especially if you're stealing it. If you steal $10 from me, I'm mad. I don't give a fuck. If I decide to let go of being angry about something, it's to give myself peace, not to absolve the person who stole from me. The fuck? But all of this right here, Jennifer, you are being desperate, you're being thirsty, you're being stupid, and you're a part of the problem. I don't feel sad for you. Whenever this nigga, gyps you, and you turn around and you ain't got no money no more, or, some savings you had disappeared or whatever, I'm not going to feel sorry for you. When you do the documentary, I'm not going to watch it. But your homegirl has always been colorist. She's always thought she was better than somebody because she wasn't black. Until she was saying the N-word and we had a problem with it. And so now she want to go and find the black ancestor that now makes her Afro-Latina. But please understand, your Erica Menas of the world, your Evelyn Lozadas of the world, the racially ambiguous Latino women that date mostly only black men and they hang around mostly black women, those women have been indoctrinated with colorism from childhood because most Latina households are racist and colorist. So they're taught that they're better because they're lighter. They're better because they have straight hair. They're better because they're not black. They know black. They Dominican. They know black. We know that. Which is why we don't see it for her. Which is why we don't give a fuck about her. We don't care about nothing she got going on. Nobody's interested. Because now we know. We know that you're hanging around black women so that you can stand out. We know. You're relying on these niggas being ignorant. We know. But I'm going to just tell y'all like this. I love the infighting. I like when the mean girls start to eat each other up. Because y'all spend a lot of time directing that shit outwards to people that really wasn't even trying to fuck with y'all. If y'all go back and watch Basketball Wives, you will see how many times these two ain't shit ass bitches ganged up on somebody that ain't do nothing to them but stood up for themselves. So yeah, I don't care that you're being swindled. I don't care that Evelyn has it out for black women. Girl, I don't give a fuck. But you know, congratulations on Basketball Wives getting some more viewership this year. And I honestly, the only reason I'm watching is because I want to see what is going to happen between Jackie and her daughter. That's been a long time coming. That has been a long time coming. I want to go here right quick. Y'all remember we talked about the black women sculpture, right? Come to find out, there were different ones all over the place. We have one in our sculpture garden at City Park in New Orleans. We do, huh? I need to go. I ain't been in a minute. I haven't been to City Park in a minute. I love City Park. But either way, y'all see the one with the little bun on top of her head with her hands in her pocket? Bitch, that's giving me right there. This one at the end, girl, that's giving me right there. Okay? This one that's next to the one we saw, that one right there, girl. I know some girls that look like that. That's giving home girls. Okay? This one that's already to the end, that's giving somebody mama. That's why I told y'all it's okay for us to exist however we exist. Angry, fat, happy, black, poor, rich, middle class. We deserve to exist. And we deserve to be put into the goddamn sky like a statue because you know why? Because y'all put a whole bunch of racist, weird white people on statues into the sky for decades. For decades, we've had to deal with small dick racist white men getting statues put up in their honor after they tried to kill us. So I am perfectly fine with every different type of archetype of black woman being pulled up into the sky to be looking down on y'all. Whether she looking down on y'all with her hand on her hip and rolling her neck, or she looking down on y'all in love, or she looking past y'all. Okay? Whatever it is, we deserve it. I deserve to be loved. Shout out to Mama D. Okay? These are just visions of a black woman. She don't have no story, right? She got a story, but she ain't got no story, meaning we can't be like, that's an ain't shit statue right there. Like, you know, the person Mama D actually was as a parent. Okay? But I deserve to be loved. I like this. And I think that that's the reason why I wasn't so upset about it. Because I feel like we deserve. Okay. Now let's move on, girl. So this is how it started. So first of all, Let's start with the hoodie. I said it's giving Tyrese. The reason why it's giving Tyrese, because if you recall, Tyrese he stopped recently, thank God. But Tyrese, for a good 2-3 years, will consistently show up on our timeline bitching and moaning about something. And I want to be very clear. There is a difference between holding space for men to express their angst, for men to express their emotions in a way that is healthy, that is not us suppressing them and telling them in order to be a man, you have to keep everything in. That's not what I'm saying. Because I know a lot of y'all like to act like that's what we're talking about when we tell y'all bitch ass niggas to shut the fuck up sometimes. But what we're talking about is when y'all weaponize y'all emotions to get sympathy. When y'all weaponize y'all's emotions so that you can send your fans to attack your baby mama. Tyrese will get on the internet and cry to y'all. And now all of the broke niggas, because this is what you have to understand. Celebrities are in a very small percentage. Tyrese is in a very small percentage of rich men that was, how much money did they say he was making at one point? $200,000 a month. You don't even make what Tyrese makes in a month, in a year. Most of the niggas that he was virtue signaling to so that they can come, all the black men come down to the courthouse and help me fight this injustice. Child support. Can you believe this bitch trying to make me adequately pay for my child? Can you believe this bitch? Y'all gotta come and help me fight these bitches. Anytime you see a man using social media to browbeat or bully the woman he's in a relationship with, he's abusive. I've told y'all this time and time again. It is a signifier. It is a signifier because it is, and women know this. Women are constantly protecting men from the truth so that they don't have to feel the brunt of the outside world and how the outside world will feel about that man and whatever mistakes he's made. So black women will protect black men from people seeing the truth of them to protect their image because what? We don't want to emasculate. But when it comes to men, they don't have to be this way. They don't have to care about our image. They don't have to care about the world attacking us the way we have to care about the world attacking them. And this is the example of that. Because, hold up, let me show y'all. Hold up. I just want to show y'all how many times DDG is on the internet crying about something when it pertains to his child. There's always a time when DDG is online complaining about being a father. Okay? Listen. And this is just the stuff since I've been posting on BondyBlue Bites. This is not even all of the stuff that I've ever covered as it pertains to him. DDG previews Tory Lanez track. DDG versus Joe Budden. DDG wishes he was a broke baby daddy. Quavo versus DDG versus Halle versus the world. Halle removes DDG from socials. DDG, I'm a single father. Comments. DDG says Halle is keeping Halo from him. So this is repeatedly all of the different times I have talked about this nigga getting on the internet to bitch out so that y'all will defend him and y'all will attack Halle by proxy, right? So when we get here, and as soon as I see him, here you go crying, bitching, and moaning, or at the very least, looking for sympathy. You are looking for sympathy. You are looking for people to pedestalize you. Why? Because you ain't shit. You know you ain't shit. So you need people to be feeding into your ego so you don't feel as bad about yourself as you should feel.
Get another relationship till I'm like 49, bro. I'm cool. Cause I got my son. It's like, bro, I don't need a girl to like love on me no type of way. Like, I really don't care. Like, the only thing different, and people might spin this to make it weird or whatever, but like the only thing different between love from a girl and like your kid It's just intimacy. That's the only difference.
Oh my God. I feel like as a dad, bro, it make me not need another woman because I feel like as a man, a part of my need for a woman is so I can feel needed.
Right.
I don't need to feel needed by nobody else because I got my kid.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't need to spend money on nobody else because I got my kid. I can spend money on my kid. I could be there with my kid when I'm there and I'm lonely. I got my kid. My kid's gonna love me more than anybody else in this world.
And when those kids disagree with you, when those kids don't want to do what you want them to do, then all of a sudden you turn on the kids. This is not healthy. This is not healthy. I'm gonna let them continue, but this is not healthy and it's bullshit. Storm Monroe said that's emotional incest, but okay, because it is. And also, I want y'all to stop being fucking fake. You wanted the babies to control the women. And you saying, oh, I'm just gonna, all I care about is my kid. All I care about is my son. Not really. Not really. No, you care because he's a tool. He's a tool that you can use for sympathy. He's a tool you can use so people will see you as DDG, the good father. And whenever women decide they want to pull their capes up, they're always going to pull their capes up for a man that's acting like he really cares about his kids because he knows, as I said, that most of you niggas are deadbeats. He knows. That's why he said he wished he was a broke baby daddy. That's why he said that. Because he is fully aware that niggas don't do what they supposed to do. So that means he should be being praised for doing what he's supposed to be doing. That's the mindset.
So I get exactly what you're saying when you say that.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, bro, I'm cool. Like if I get with a girl or whatever and she do anything to like throw me off, cool, bro. Get one chance with me. I ain't gonna lie. Bro, I probably won't get another relationship till I'm like 49, bro.
To me, all of this is a way to make women feel sorry for him so that it's easier for him to get coochie. Anytime he is online painting himself as the sad baby daddy whose bitter baby mama is just putting him through the most, he's so sad. There's always some bitch with big titties that wants him to come lay his sociopathic ass on her breasts so she can be the yayo. Yayo, yay. Yo. Yayo, yay. Hey, yo. Oh, sometimes I get so lonely. I feel all by myself out here. That's when I take a minute to reevaluate all of the things I think are special. Yeah. Ooh, like, listen. Erykah Badu told y'all. You see the sun's in the east and the moon reflects like the knowledge and wisdom I manifest. If you wanna go to heaven, lay up on my breast. Yeah. Okay. Now, you know the funny part is if you follow Erykah Badu's music, like I do, you know that song, Yayo, was from the live Baduism album. Fast forward to when we get to Mama's Gun, Green Eyes. I'm sorry, I love you. At first, it was cool. You told me that you loved me too. Ooh, and then you lost your love. Oh, then you lost your love. You wanted me to go away, but I can't. No, see, I can't leave. It's too late. Toxicity. Toxicity. Go listen to Green Eyes. It's a 10-minute song. And she goes through the emotions of that. But at the end of it, she says, you can't be what I need you to. And I don't know why I fuck with you. Do you hear me? The girls was telling us through their music, child. You start off making all of these sacrifices, all love and all of that. You never knew what a friendship was. You never knew how to really love. But you thought that, right? There's a part of the song when she's absolutely saying, you love me, I love you. By the time we get to the end of the song, child, you can't be what I need you to. And I don't know why I fuck with you. Listen, that line right there. So let's get into the remainder of the DDG situation. But it started off yesterday with that bitch ass shit. Now let's fast forward to this bitch ass shit. Neighbors, this is wild. A judge has granted Halle Bailey a restraining order against her child's father, rapper DDG, after she accused him of abuse dating back to January. According to documents obtained by TMZ, Bailey claims the incident occurred while she was handing off her son, Halo, to DDG. The two began discussing visitation plans, but Bailey says DDG became agitated as she was buckling Halo into his car seat. She alleges he snapped and yelled, "Get out of my car, bitch." Bailey claims they began to wrestle and DDG pulled her hair and slammed her head against the steering wheel, chipping her tooth. She says Halo started crying, which made her anxious about letting him leave with DDG in that state. After she began crying, the physical altercation ended. But out of concern for her child, she stayed in the car for the ride to DDG's home. Once there, she hysterically told the incident to his family, who agreed to care for Halo. Bailey also detailed a weird incident in March, claiming DDG entered her home without permission and texted her a photo of her empty bed with the message, "Now I know what you be on." She interpreted it as him accusing her of sleeping with another man. That's exactly what it was. If you've never been talked to like this by a nigga, then you just don't know, but I know. And it reminds me of Diddy. Him sneaking into her house and taking that picture of her bed. Diddy shit. 4 days later, she says DDG came to her home again, but she refused to let Halo leave because he was sick. That's when DDG allegedly became verbally abusive, smashed her Ring camera, and ran off with her phone. As he drove away, Bailey claims he threw the phone out of the car window and shouted, "Go get it, bitch," prompting her to file a report. Now, do y'all remember him throwing her phone out the car window and saying, "Go get it, bitch," is the same thing as whenever y'all see a man throw a woman's purse all over the place. I don't know if y'all have ever seen that, but it's literally one of the most disrespectful but small things. Like, it looks small, like he just, but I remember Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, bitch ass nigga producer, what's his name, y'all? Young Berg did it to Hazel E. Poured, like, literally takes her purse and pours everything out on the ground. Another thing, when somebody else on Love and Hip Hop, it was another Love and Hip Hop, that nigga, the one that came after Consequence, whoever, because I feel like they would find people that fit the same archetype every season. Love and Hip Hop New York had a season. It was Erica, and I forgot the nigga's name, who was a Saigon. Thank you. Saigon poured his baby mama's purse out. Ray J poured that box out. Like, I'm just saying, I just want, yes, Ray J and Tia Marie. It is a way to humiliate. It's a way to take all of what is private to you and spread it out into the street to embarrass you. I don't think it was Mano. I'm thinking about Saigon and Erica G, or whatever her name was. He treated that lady so badly. Like, you had unprotected sex with a baddie. She gets pregnant. You treat her terribly, but everybody keeps convincing her she should let you be the daddy, and she's wrong because she told you to stay the fuck away from her while she was having a baby because you're crazy. Because you're crazy. Erica Jean, yes. She really was. She reminded me, there's a Pam Grier archetype, right? And if y'all remember Boys in the Hood, do y'all remember when Cuba Gooding Jr. was lying to Lawrence Fishburne about how he had sex with this girl? They was all standing outside and he saw her, and then he ended up back at her house and he had to sneak out the window when her grandma came home and smelled the sex in the air. That woman, her, Pam Grier, Erica Jean, same kind of physical archetype in the face. My mom also used to fit this archetype back in the day, right? Women who have spaces and stuff like that, like they're a very feminine, attractive energy about them. Yeah. That's the made her move and treated Erica Jean terrible. Talk to her crazy. Bro, when you watch some of those Love and Hip Hop New York shits back, it's wild. And it makes me even more upset with Mona Scott Young. Like when they made Mona stop doing the reunion shows, it was because Mona would show her favoritism at the reunion. And she would make excuses for these niggas. She did it repeatedly. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, we used to be like, Mona, bitch. Shout out to Roxanne back in the day. But when I tell y'all, when I watch that shit back right now, I'm like, that's a dangerous woman to be around. That's a dangerous woman to be around. Any of these women that have power and they use their power to protect these men, they're dangerous. They're so dangerous. Yes. How she did Rocky. Yes. Yes. Never forget how she, when they were going back and forth, she would turn, because she was defending Yandy back in the day, right? Right. Yandy's bestie. Exactly. So whenever somebody got into it with Yandy, rightfully so, here you have her reprimanding people like she they fucking parent. Very disrespectful. Like, it was the producer threw Brandy's wedding ring in the woods. I told her to go get it. Listen. Go fetch, bitch. Treating you like a dog. That's what it is. Oh Lord. Let's continue on, y'all. I'm just saying that's all of the examples that I think of, and I bring those up because I want y'all to remember what it was like when you saw it. When you saw it and you had that feeling that that's fucked up. Like, that's what this is. Go get it, bitch. Treating you like a dog. After reviewing the evidence, the judge granted BALI a domestic violence restraining order requiring DDG to stay at least 100 yards away from her. She was also given permission to take 18-month-old Halo with her to Italy for 2 months while she films a movie. Additionally, DDG has been ordered not to speak about Haley or their son on his streaming platforms. I want y'all to know that the only difference between Keke Palmer and Haley is that Keke Palmer's nigga has no fame and no money without Keke, so he has to go sit his ass down and do as she says and be the dad carrying the baby on set and all of that type of shit because he don't have no other choice. DDG, because he has his social media platform, he doesn't have to act right. He can just get online and use the people online to make excuses for him. That's all he has to do. And then he'll feel validated in his bullshit. He won't think he's wrong. And he'll continue to do these abusive things in order to be vengeful and control Haley by using their child. He's in the military now. That's what they say. That's what they say. But I don't know any evidence. I haven't seen any evidence of that. Okay. Also, I want y'all to know, like, this is what you were supposed to do. So y'all remember when he got online and was talking about how she keeping my child away from me? And we was just like, you're coming to us because you want us to gang up on her. You want the public to go and tell Haley that she's a bad mom and all of this shit. And y'all do it in the comments. In the comments, y'all will take what he says as gospel and then feel like Haley's really keeping her child away from him because she's a bitter baby mom. That's how y'all want to view it. You don't want to view it as it actually is, which is watching this young man use his social media platform to abuse this girl repeatedly. And I've been clocking it since she was pregnant. Since she was pregnant, I've been clocking it. Anytime she wanted to keep something a secret, anytime that she wanted to handle things behind closed doors, DDG will then use and leverage the public as a tool to keep her in line, to abuse her. Social media is a tool to abuse women. It is. It is. Just like the community is a tool to abuse women. So we talking about Rocky Thunder in the comments. Y'all remember, I had to go and watch that shit back. Joe Budden put his hands on Rocky Thunder, y'all. They edited it out, so we didn't see it. But Joe Budden put his fucking hands on Rocky Thunder at that pool party. And after the fact, everybody act like she had no right to be wrong, to feel wrong. She had no right to speak up. She needed to just be quiet. They protected him. They protected Joe Budden. Even fucking Tahiri. When I was rewatching that shit, I was just like, I'm really glad that Tahiri got out of this. And I hope Tahiri, I see her online ever so often, but we don't know as much about her personal life anymore, which is good. But I hope she is somewhere healed from this, because I can remember times seeing, like, you thought Tahiri was going to be the Evelyn Lozada type, or the I'm a bully, I'm a bully. It kind of, it didn't do that. Like, at first she was defending him. And then after a while, the way you would see Tahiri, even the way Tahiri handled the Kaylin situation, the only reason she bopped Kaylin is because Kaylin was bucking on behalf of Joe. And it's like, bitch, please stop. But after that, I feel like you really got a chance to see Tahiri show that she was not the woman that everybody like pretended she was. Everybody felt like Tahiri was the bully, and she really wasn't. She really wasn't. You just end up in these abusive relationships. Marriage boot camp was a long time ago. That's when she was with Vado. That was a long time ago. That was a few years ago. But I'm just saying, like, the way she handled women, I just kind of felt like you would think Tahiri would be on that same shit defending these niggas over and over again. But I think, because that's what happened with Rocky Thunder. That was a triangulation situation where Joe feels like he got Rocky, that's his really close friend, still stayed his friend after that. Still stayed his friend, y'all. Rocky Thunder was just online arguing with Joe Budden maybe a month ago. After that man put his hands on you, there shouldn't have been no more conversation. Yes, Tahiri is rough around the edges, and I think Tahiri is one of those beautiful women that's so used to being abused that they've now taken on those abusive traits themselves. First, as a way of protection, but also it's the world they live in, right? Joe stays abusing women. Tahiri, Rocky, Sin, Esther, Kaylin, all of them. Thank you, y'all. Thank y'all. Okay, thank you. Okay, cash at me. But I just, when you see some type of reverence for other women in a woman that is being like kind of manipulated to be a pick-me or in an abusive situation, I saw that in Tahiri. And that's why I don't see Tahiri like you the same type of bitch that those men are, because there are a lot of women who like abusive men because they want to be able to use those abusive men against the people that they want to use them against. You think of Young Miami and them. Okay. Yes, they abuse women that don't have brothers, but they also abuse women that look angry on the outside. So when they hit those women, they can then act like, y'all see how she act. Y'all see how she act. Child. Y'all see their bruises, grabbing arms. Niggas always love to be grabbing your arms and shit all tight. But he got bruises. She got her chipped tooth. These are text messages. Hold up. Let me see if I can make these bigger for myself. Hold up. No, that's another post. There's another post. Hold up. Here it is. Okay. Trying to get closer to this shit. Look. Talking about she set him. Okay, yeah. She set him up. Sure. That's what y'all always think. The nigga's never wrong, right? The nigga's never wrong. I hate that these are not close enough for me to actually see. Like, Lord. Okay. Once they told her they would take care of the baby, she left hysterical and with bruises on her arms to accompany her chipped tooth. She attached photos of her injuries in her request for a restraining order. She also alleges DDG creeped her out in March when he showed up at her home, entered the house without permission, went up to her bedroom and texted a pic of Haley's empty bed to her, along with a text, "Now I know what you be on." Child. Hold up. It's another one. It's another and another one. This. Here we go. Okay. That's him. Look, this is a text message. Thank you. I can see it better. Daryl Granberry, bitch ass nigga. Me and Halo is at the front door. Can you answer? If you're not home, just say that. Picture of her. Now I know what you been on. You can pick Halo up from George. I have to go to work. I'm back. Hold up. This is Miss Tonya. This is April 20th. When is this? I would love a date on whatever this text thread came from. But anyway, I'm back at the end of the month. He misses you too. Yay. That's not too long. Hi, just wanted to keep you in the loop. We will be back the 11th now. Haven't heard about Moo getting Halo later this week, as we lightly talked about before. If he will be in town, would you like to get him on the 27th and return him the 4th? Otherwise, I can keep him until we're back. But just wanted to let you know we'll be back on the 11th. Okay, and I will double check with him and let you know. So I guess Miss Tonya, is that his mom? Okay. So I can't talk to your son, so I'm talking to you. I will double check with him. Okay, hi, I forgot to text you. He said that he will wait until you get back to get him. Hey, just thinking about y'all. So this is the mom, right? That's what I'm seeing. And then him sending this, which I wish we had the date for it. But either way, I'm going to read what it says. Newly surfaced text show Halle Bailey tried to arrange time for DDG to see their son Halo in messages with DDG's mom. Halle offered specific dates for pickup, but DDG allegedly said he'd wait until she got back. Despite this, DDG later accused her of keeping Halo from him. And when I say it, pushing you into a corner. In a separate incident detailed in court docs, Halle says DDG broke into her home, so it's separate, while she was gone and sent a photo from inside her bedroom. That moment was part of evidence supporting her restraining order request, because this is a threat. This is I can come into your house whenever I want to. That's what this is. I can get to you whenever I want to get to you. It's a veiled threat, but it's a threat. And anybody with fucking sense can tell. So he came out and said, I'm chilling, by the way. I have no worries. Streaming later on. No days off. Right? Because you got to make money to deal with your court fees. And this was his mama. I don't usually comment or say anything on this internet, even with all the negativity, the lies and hatred towards mine. However, these accusations have made me realize that I have been quiet too long. Hello, Jesus, take the wheel. I don't know what she was being quiet about, but this kind of makes everybody feel like, what's being said about your son is a lie, and now you need to come out and speak up for him. When at the end of the day, ma'am, you're corrupted. You're the mom. You're corrupted. Like, nobody gives a fuck about what you have to say. I'm not, unless you're going to tell the truth, I'm not going to believe it. And if you're just going to defend him, then I'm really not going to believe it. I'm just not. Yes, y'all coddle the, look at her with the money. Exactly. You are corrupted. That's your son, and you are dependent upon him financially. I'm sure. And I can't stand some of you mamas like this, because when y'all talk to these girls, y'all be like, I know he tripping. I know. Yeah, just talk to me. Don't worry about him. I'll handle it. He on one. It's fine. But then as soon as she come out and say what's going on, you feign ignorance and act like it's all a lie. Ain't that some bullshit? That's his mama, y'all. And that's what they was talking about, right? They was talking about that if that's your family, you supposed to defend them no matter what, even if they wrong. Ruby Rose, I just want y'all to clock. Tory Lane's parents didn't defend him. They didn't set him straight either. The daddy was up there saying, Mom, my son. All of that means is you coddle them and you don't make them accountable for their bad behavior. So then eventually somebody's going to make them accountable for their bad behavior. So this makes me think about the way Black women, Black people, period, view their Black sons, right? Or their children, period. When I was growing up, the idea is that your parents teach you discipline and they're mean to you and they kind of beat your ass because they don't want the world to beat your ass. The idea is that if I make you accountable for every little thing in this household, when you go out into the world, you're going to be moving in a way that is watching your own back because you know somebody is always looking to make you accountable for some shit. Now, y'all have adopted, well, not now, but the other side of that is I know the world is going to whip my child's ass. So I am going to let them skate on everything to protect them from what they're going to have to deal with out in the world. Those, you know what I mean? Those mindsets, child. Right. That's how they raise the daughter. I'm gonna beat you down in a household so you'll be prepared for how you're going to get beat down out there in the world. The sons, I'm going to protect you because I know how you're going to get beat down out there in the world. So at least you can, yo on me, yo on my titties. Okay, Ruby Rose fans revisiting when she said that this nigga was abusive to her. All I'm gonna say is Ruby Rose tried to tell y'all about DDG and y'all bashed that girl and literally ignored her situation because of her brand. Hold up. Ruby Rose previously shared photos of her bruises. Same type of fucking bruises. Same type of bruises. Ruby's friend posted this in 2023. The devil is working. Please don't feed into the lies, especially from a third party. Stay blessed. This was Halle back then. This was Halle back then. Girl, no, your man was drooling over my sister at Young Miami's party, not even trying to hide it. Everyone saw, and even had his bodyguard come up to pass along a message. Give me a break. You were in Ruby's close friends while she was with DDG, seeing firsthand how he was doing her, and you still wanted to give him a try. Don't be embarrassing. And let me tell you, this is true. This is all true. We all know that everybody tried to tell Halle, and Halle had a very much, y'all don't know what y'all talking about, my man. Yeah, we know, but that doesn't mean he's not wrong. We can say you was stupid. We can say you were stupid, but he's still wrong. This is still a pattern of behavior for him. Child. That's why you can't ignore when these men do this shit to other women and just kind of put it in your mind that these women deserve that mistreatment because they are a certain type of woman. No, you have to pay attention to the way people move, because if you actually are a good person, you don't do certain shit. Like, for instance, good men don't hit women. Good men don't hit women. They don't. They remove themselves. They peep that the bitch is tripping and be like, man, I got to get the fuck out of here. This girl tripping. A lot of men are smart enough to clock crazy women and stay away from them because they know how those women will try to antagonize anger out of them. But a smart man who is not trying to put his hands on a woman is going to remove himself from the situation. He's not going to beat her ass and then tell y'all she made me beat her ass. That's not how good men operate. Good men feel like this bitch want me to beat her ass. I need to leave her alone. So Anthony Edwards' alleged condom lie exposed in leaked text with Aisha Howard. And it's the last thing we're going to talk about before we get into the Diddy trial. And we're going to take a break, and maybe y'all will give a bitch some money or something. I don't know. My back hurt today, bitch. I keep doing this. My back hurt. Okay. Anthony Edwards, the titties, y'all, I want a reduction. Y'all like them, but I want a reduction. Because they don't always be sitting up like this. Okay. This is because I'm wearing workout clothes. Okay, child, double D's. You hoes can have them. Everybody want big titties. It's hot outside. I don't want them. I would love a C or a B. I would love a C or a B. D's on a 5'3" frame is terrible, bitch. I'm hot. My back hurt. Right here. Right in this little spot right here. Shit. Okay. This is why I restarted my Fabletics shit, because I was like, all right, Fabletics, y'all done got a little bit better with y'all clothes. Okay. Listen, it's always like that. You want less and I want more. Child. I used to be a G, just to be clear. Back strain, because double D's at 5'2". Woo, no, for real. For real, y'all. It looks great. It feels terrible, especially during the summer months. Okay. I'm tired of sweating under my titties. Sorry. Okay, personal. I'm sorry, it's personal. Okay. Anthony Edwards might have some explaining to do. Just days after he and his legal team accused Aisha Howard of intentionally getting pregnant, newly surfaced texts are calling his version of events into question. Text messages obtained by In Touch appeared to show the Minnesota Timberwolves guard being less than honest about using protection during his relationship with Howard. In one message, Howard allegedly asked, "You don't like condoms?" To which Edwards responded, "I do, but not those ones." I need y'all to know niggas are always trying to get you to have raw sex. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Niggas are always trying to get you to have raw sex. In real life, niggas are always trying to get you to have raw sex. You end up pregnant, now they acting like somebody tricked them. Howard then replied, "Okay, well, just don't be wildin', slanging it everywhere. I'd be lying if I said the condom didn't throw me off or that I didn't want you, but I'm hoping you have some discipline with your lifestyle and all." Girl. Girl, did you really think he wasn't flinging it all over the place? You sound dumb thinking that. I fuck with you, so I let it happen, but I was being serious when I said I don't deal with anyone. So she's saying I let you fuck me raw because I ain't really fucking with nobody right now. So she being dumb. Okay? She being dumb. But also, I know I can get pregnant and you make a lot of money. So if you want to coerce me into raw sex, I'm gonna let you do it so that I can get my check on the back end. And this is the part that y'all be failing to recognize. These niggas coerce women into having raw sex. And then when the women get pregnant, they act like they don't remember none of that. This is both. Look, both of these people are irresponsible. Please don't get me wrong. Both of them are irresponsible. She dumb, but she's also not responsible for why he repeatedly likes to have unprotected sex and bring children into the world that he wants to ignore. Just clock. That's all.
Though, but I hate
Okay, hold on. I just want to see. Hold up first. I just want to see. Hold up. Okay, wait. I forgot. My bad, y'all. Back to DDG right quick because I forgot about this.
And I feel like
Yikes. DDG finds out about Haley's restraining order. He did not find out. He knew about it already. I
feel like, damn, bro, should I get a stylist? Why are they saying GGT?
Also, add-in Ross, I hear about him all the time, but I don't know him for real. But I don't like him, and he reminds me of the Andrew Tate people, right? You're a weirdo, but you do social media and you make a little bit of money. You have a little bit of fame, so it makes your lame ass seem like you're not lame, but you really are insecure, lame ass nigga that hates on women. You are.
MZ. Let's see. Why are they saying GGTMZ? All right, I'm looking at her story now. What? Oh, fuck. Fuck all that. Don't even.
That can't even be real.
Fuck all that, bro. Fuck all that.
But that can't even be real. That's the thing.
But don't even. But you know when we talk.
This is acting, y'all. They're acting. He knew already, and he wanted to do it on live to convince his fans and all the rest of these incel niggas that this was being done in a way to shock. That means you should feel sorry for him because this happened while he was on live. The nigga's always on live. He knew. And they're pretending he didn't know so he can be a victim. That's why the homeboys are automatically defending and talking about it can't be real. What are you talking about? It's paperwork. It's paperwork that's been filed. How are you going to say it's not real? You knew. You had to get served.
Talk about last night. Fuck all that. Let me say something. It's not.
No, I'm saying, but I don't know where that even came from.
Yo, stop these fake allegations. This is a father. This is a real person. It's a good human being.
See, I hate when he's a father. What does that mean? Does that mean because he can let off sperm from his dick and impregnate a woman, that means that he's a good person automatically? Are you serious? You know how many terrible people are fathers? The fuck? Diddy got a whole bunch of kids. Terrible. Real fathers, real men. Get the fuck out of here.
But I don't. But hey, bro, we on stream, bro. Come on, like I gotta be. Just don't do it, bro. Come here. Fuck all that. That's my real friend. We're not gonna do no false shit to ruin the stream. He's a great human being. He does a lot for a lot of people. He's a man. He's a father, and we're gonna respect him. We're gonna love him. WDDG, and fuck anyone who got anything to say.
Fuck the fake narratives, my nigga. Stop the bullshit. We don't want to hear that shit.
Okay, is it just me? It's giving homoerotic. It's giving me and my homeboys might like, you know, jack off in a room together. Nobody touch anybody. But just to know that you're there jacking off at the same time as me, it's love.
Shit, bro, that shit is fake.
Listen to R. Kelly.
Listen to R. Kelly. My comment was, now how Rob would get it? You should know that somebody did that shit if they bring up R. Kelly. I just want y'all to know R. Kelly is a signifier that they did that shit. Anytime they bring up R. Kelly, they bring up Bill Cosby, they bring up Diddy, it means that whoever is bringing it up, that person did that shit. Whatever they saying they did that shit. And I guess he was talking about when a woman's fed up, no matter how you beg, oh no, it's too late to talk about it. You wasn't listening to that song right. You wasn't listening to that song right. Used to make love to you daily when the night felt the same. And any time that you were hurt, I can feel your pain. But now the up is down and the silence is sound. I hurt you too many times. Now I can't come around. Cause when a woman's fed up, you're not listening to the lyrics, Add-in. You're not listening to the lyrics, nigga. The lyrics say I did her wrong too many times. Now I can't come around. It's not saying the bitch lied on me. She's bitter when a woman's fed up. Look how they do you. No, it's when a woman is fed up after you done did her wrong so many times. Is that what he meant? Child, that was one of my favorites back in the day. When a woman's fed up, no matter how you beg. Oh. These niggas, man. I wish they weren't all like uniformly like the same. I gotta work on my shock face. He nailed his. I think I'm rusty. I damn near believe he didn't know. He raised hell at that door the other day. It's really not funny though. He put his hands on her. She has bruises. Child, it's not funny. None of this shit is funny. I think it's funny the way you niggas think y'all should get away with these things. I think it's funny how y'all think we don't see that y'all are lying. Now, right back. Because I didn't mean to skip that part, but you know, I'll edit it together. Okay. I'll edit it together. Remind me when I put it on BondyBlue Bites to edit that piece. Okay. Edit these pieces together based on story. Court update. Anthony Edwards accused of misleading Aisha Howard about protection in newly filed. Okay, hold up. Are you feeling better? Yes, I am. What about you? I'm okay, but I do have a question. Okay, what's up? You don't like condoms? I do, but not those ones. Okay, well, just don't be wild and slanging it everywhere. I'd be lying if I said the condom didn't throw me off or that I didn't want you to, but I'm hoping you have some discipline with your lifestyle and all. He does not have any discipline, and a quick Google search should have told you that. Or did all of those babies not exist when this happened? Because he did have all them babies at the same time. So it's a possibility that she may not have known, because I believe he had like 4 kids in 1 year, and her kids were one of the kids, you know? He said, no, I ain't fuck nobody raw. I got you. So that means that I'm not going to give you a STD, because that's all they be worrying about. Right? Meanwhile. Okay. He loved her though, right? He loved her though, right? She's still there. Look at her. Look at her. Look at her. Child, y'all hoes can have it. Y'all hoes can have it. Because to me, like, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. Every time we see this man, he is on the internet being a deadbeat to somebody's kids, and you just sitting right next to him like, I'm his girlfriend, so it's not gonna be me. Even though behind closed doors, he probably talked to you crazy. Like, he's actually talking about fucking a random woman raw, and you're like, I'm gonna be with him. I'm gonna stick beside him. I'm gonna stick beside him. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, and I have the temperament right now, so I'm gonna stick beside him. Okay, child. Embarrassing, but that's how you girls be. Y'all are willing to embarrass yourselves, humiliate yourselves, go through painful relationships, all so that you can be provided for, and then it can be put on social media like, you know, you that girl, because he flying you here and flying you there, but you also got to keep flying back to the doctor's office because you don't know if you got an STD because this nigga don't like the way condoms feel. Hello. We're going to take a quick break, and when I come back, it's Diddy time.
Anywhere you go, give it on. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
Can't stop. Won't stop.
All right, y'all. Let's get into it. And I wanted to start here because I will never forget this moment. I will never forget sitting on my sofa, watching the BET Honors, seeing him, seeing Young Miami in the crowd, seeing him say to Cassie for all the dark time, and me just being like, that was a threat. I just remember smiling to myself because I was like, you know, like I could see it. I could just see it in his speech.
Charlotte, I was in a dark place for a few years, you know what I'm saying? And I have to give a special thank you, shout out, thank you, all that love. I got to give a special thank you to the people that was really like there for me. Bishop T.D. Jakes, my chief of staff, Christina Coram, KK, Lorianne Gibson, keeping me free.
Where's Lorianne? Where's Lorianne? How did Lorianne keep you free? How did Lorianne keep you free? Lorianne, how did you keep him free, Lorianne? Because we remember how most of your career has been an abusive relationship with Diddy. I don't know if y'all remember. There's something there.
Yeah, and also Cassie for holding me down in the dark times. Love.
That right there. That right there.
And once again, I gotta thank Harlem, Boogie Down, Bronx, Queens, Mount Vernon, all of New York.
I don't know if this is the reason why. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. Also, you know what I felt the whole time? The whole time I was watching this, I felt Carisha. I felt Carisha sitting there looking stupid with that oblivious smile on her face, holding that sign up, "Go Poppy," waiting for him to acknowledge her, and he didn't. That was on purpose. That was on purpose. That's a part of the abuse that I think a lot of people like. It's a element of it that a lot of people don't get, and that's this feeling of the person at one point making you feel all of this love and admiration, like they just see you and you're amazing, and so you feel then free to give that same energy back to them, and then just at the most opportune moment, they snatch all of their validation away from you and they ignore you, and then you are like, why aren't you responding? Like, now you try harder. And that was made very obvious to me in that live that Diddy and Carisha did. Remember, it was fucking Fridays and they was doing shots and she's getting her hair and her makeup done. And he's sitting there talking to everybody but her. And she's like, so what you doing? What you got going on today? And everything is argumentative. Everything is argumentative with him. Don't talk to me like that. Don't be talking to me like you trying to interview. Talk to me regular. Talk to me regular. Like, listen to me. Listen to me, people. So let's get into it, right? Where do I want to start? It is so much shit, y'all. It's so much shit. Let's go to Demetria Lucas. I love me some Demetria Lucas. And I was also on CNN's website, and CNN has done a great job bullet pointing everything as it's been happening. But Demetria Lucas is one of those people that I always go to hear her perspective because I trust her perspective. Okay. So what she said on Diddy trial day 2, please note, I am summarizing CNN reporting. Okay. The escort is back. He's being cross-examined. He says the first time he had sex with Cassie, he left, and not long after, she asked him to return. It was the same day. They had sex again for hours, and Diddy wasn't directing them. He said Cassie appeared sober, but when defense asked if she was in complete control, escort testified he couldn't agree to that. What I feel like is happening is that Diddy has a conversation with Cassie and tells her exactly what he wants to happen. She then communicates this to the escort. This now creates a chain of events that makes it seem as if she's acting on her own volition. But the escort, because he's already been in a situation with her, knows that that's not the case. Also, energetically, you can tell when somebody is doing something because they're being forced to versus doing it because they want to. There's a discrepancy in what happened after the incident where escort saw Diddy drag Cassie by the hair. Yesterday, escort said Diddy wanted him to have sex with Cassie after the beating. But in 2023, in a 2023 statement, he said Diddy told him to get the fuck out. Escort says he doesn't recall saying that. Prosecutor is back. She asked escort to confirm who would tell him and Cassie to slather each other in baby oil to have sex, oral sex. Escort says that was all Diddy. Cassie, who is 8 months pregnant, takes the stand. She says during their 10-year relationship, Diddy would smash me in the head, knock me over, drag me, kick me, stomp me in the head. She said her injuries included knots, busted lips, and bruises all over. Prosecution asked if she ever fought back. She says no. Prosecution asked how many times she was hit. She says too many to count. The freak-offs were introduced in the first year they were together. Cassie was shocked the first time Diddy brought it up. She said it wasn't something she wanted to do, but she went with it because she loved Diddy and wanted to make him happy. She continued because she didn't know what would happen if she said no. He might be violent. He might break up with her. Here's a discrepancy. Because I had this conversation with my husband and he was just like, you think she really loved him? And because I think the idea for a lot of people is that y'all think she's there for the fame and the money. And so she could not really have affection for him. And I want y'all to be real. Like, I want y'all to be really fucking real. If a man that is, and this is subjective, somewhat attractive, you may not necessarily be attracted to him, but he got money, he got swag, he got access, he's famous, people know him for doing amazing things. He applies pressure. Hello, Jazzy. $1 million nigga applies pressure. How do you not fall in love with $1 million nigga love bombing you? This all happened within the first year of their relationship. So first, I'm offering you a career. Baby girl, I see how amazing you are. I see how big you could be. Feeding into you, building you up. And then one day, for no reason, knocks your fucking ass off that pedestal. It is very much strategic. It's very much strategic. But I feel like y'all think because somebody wants a career or they want comfortability like everybody else, you think that means that they were in some type of mindset like, I know what he gonna do to me, but I want this money so bad that I'm gonna let him do it. And so then that absolves him of being wrong for what he was doing because she wanted the money for it. That's how y'all think. When in real life, if a person would do these things to someone, regardless if they paying them or not, something's wrong with that motherfucker. Something is wrong with the nigga that is paying so he can do this to a 19-year-old. Something's wrong with him. The freak-offs were introduced in the first year they were together. She said she had never even performed oral sex before she got with him. And I remember what it was like to be 19. That's a whirlwind. Your brain isn't fully formed. Your emotions are still heightened. There's a lot of shit that's new to you in that age. It is still a very formative time. That's why all of these niggas tell y'all they want these women 25 or younger, because that's the formative years. And old men, before y'all realize that this was wrong, older men like younger women because they can train those women to become the women that they want them to be, which is how you get your Rashidas. Yes, by the time they become grown, it seems as if they're doing this on their own fruition. But when they were 19 and 18 and he was 25 and 26, this is when the work is being put into her mentally to center him. She's growing into the acknowledgement that I have to center this man. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. By the time you get 25, 26, 27, and you actually start to grow into your womanhood, now all of these years, nostalgia, the good times, we have a family. Now you're staying not because it's currently good, but because of the love bombing that took place when you were younger. Nostalgia. She continued because she didn't know what would happen if she said no. He might be violent. He might break up with her. You will still be scared that your abuser will leave you because they've told you nobody's going to love you like me. Nobody's going to do for you like I do for you. There's already a conversation that tells you you're not shit without them. You're not going to be able to do anything without them. So now you're scared to lose them because of what they've presented you with. But also you're scared to leave because if I leave, they might try to hurt me again. And how they do this, even if he didn't put his hands on her, he would put his hands on somebody else. He would be violent like that with somebody else. And that would show her what he was willing to do when upset. It's all a manipulation. It's all grooming. It's all grooming. At first, Diddy planned the F-offs, then it became a job for me, Cassie testified. When I tell you, when we talk about how men are positioned in our patriarchal society to hold women down and hold women back, so it creates a jealousy and an envy between men and the women that they are attracted to. The escort says that Cassie is one of the most beautiful women that he's ever seen. You don't think Diddy knew that too? I want to possess one of the most beautiful women you've ever seen and use her like a rag doll until I feel like she's no longer as beautiful and vibrant as she was when I first met her. The feeling is when I see her, I want to have her. And not only do I want to have her, but I want to snuff out whatever that light is that I'm attracted to. I want to take it for myself. I want to take that light away from her. The way that I do that is to put her on a pedestal, love bomb her, and then slowly strip away from her until she feels like she's nothing. And by the time we get to the end of it, I will have sucked from her all of her life force energy and left her with nothing. And that shows me to be the powerful one and her beauty to mean absolutely nothing, even though I'm absorbed with her beauty. And I told y'all, he wants to be her. That's a part of people suppressing being attracted to men or being, fluid sexually, is you can't show up in relation to a man when you're a man in the same way that you can as a woman. So I feel like when Diddy is making Cassie have sex with these big black dicks that he's told her, these are your choices. I'm going to tell you who you can choose from. You pick who you choose based on that. They're all going to have a big black dick because that's what I want. And while you're having sex with them, I get to envision that I'm you having sex with these men. That's what everybody is failing to understand. So at first, Diddy planned the F-offs. It became a job, Cassie testified. She would find the escorts on Craigslist or Backpage, which to me, that's another aspect of this being like purposeful. Because you mean to tell me that Diddy doesn't know of high-priced escorts that you can hire? He doesn't want the high-priced escorts. He wanted the ones that might give her a STD. He wants the ones that are bottom of the barrel. He wants to make her do something she doesn't want to do. You're not going to get the really good escorts who, there's a certain amount of money and class behind what they do, because for them, they come with protection. That's another thing. A lot of the actual real escorts that make money that's not on Craigslist or Backpage, the professional escorts, that's a real business. And when it's a real business, it means they not going to send their people to Diddy so Diddy could keep abusing their people. So you got to go find people on Backpage and all of that, because the people that actually have high price escorts, they're not going to let you do this to their people. Yes, also picking unattractive ones so that you can make her have sex with people that she really don't want to have sex with. This girl was attracted to Ryan Leslie. I mean, not Ryan Leslie. That's the girl, the boy. What's the boy who she was dating? Somebody that likes a certain type of attractive man, and she likes the type of attractive man that Diddy is jealous of. I don't know if y'all peeped it, but Diddy is one of them I'm jealous of all the light-skinned niggas with curly hair type niggas. That's him. It was Ryan Leslie. Okay. Yeah, it was Ryan Leslie. Okay. Yeah. It was Ryan Leslie. That's what I thought. You had it right. What's the girl? What's the girl whose name is similar that I'm confusing it with? And Kid Cudi, right? It was Ryan Leslie, right? That's what I thought. Okay, so this is where we get into the part that's so confusing to me. So we're gonna run, some shit later about how everybody's acting like this is all just DV and it's not Rico. At first, Diddy planned the F-offs. Then it became a job for Cassie. She would find the escorts. Combs had to approve the escorts, who were paid $15,000 to $6,000. Some of the escorts traveled for F-offs. Diddy's travel agent would arrange. Cassie said she used drugs at freak-offs: Blue Dolphin E, weed, coke, shrooms. Sometimes Diddy gave her drugs or his staff would drop them off. Someone would drop off drugs to me wherever I was, she testified. To me, this whole thing right here is Rico. Thank you. Ryan Destiny is the one that I'm confusing it with. Thank y'all. Fucking names. Okay. But yes. Do y'all see this? So I'm so confused about how Lauren LaRosa and a lot of other people that I've seen, and we're going to show y'all are saying that they're looking for the RICO. They can't find the RICO. They can't find the RICO. Where they at, bitch? Where they at, bitch? This is the RICO, y'all. Traveling for fuck-offs. Paid between $1,500 to $6,000. Diddy's travel agent arranges. Diddy's assistants bring drugs. That is called a RICO because it is an organized situation where you are sending people over state lines to have illegal prostitution, right? That's illegal prostitution. So that's one thing that's trafficking. And then you also have people bringing drugs. Do y'all remember how this originally started? Do y'all remember the white boy that was literally flying in with drugs? He was literally flying in to bring Diddy drugs when he got arrested. Brendan, I think that was his name. Add that. Young Miami said that he, the dude Brendan, give Young Miami drugs, fly her here, fly organized crime. Thank you, Erica. Hey, my love. The Tusi, right? The pink cocaine. Y'all remember that? So I'm very confused about how y'all don't see RICO. And that's why I said I was getting aggravated because I was like, how you don't see RICO in this? This is the RICO, baby. This is it right here. Why do you need more than escorts traveling, money being exchanged, drugs being brought, and his organization, his assistants, people that work for him, doing all of this illegal, dirty work in an organized manner? Baby, that's the RICO. That's the RICO, people. Just in case y'all are confused. So when people keep talking about, hold up. I'm going to finish Demetria and then we're going to go. Because everybody keeps talking about, where's the RICO? There's the RICO, sweetheart. Demetria, there's a discrepancy in what happened after the incident where the escort saw Diddy drag Cassie by the hair. Yesterday, escort said Diddy wanted him to have sex with Cassie after the beating. But in 2023 statement, he said Diddy told him to get the fuck out. Escort says he doesn't recall saying that. Hold on, wait. I read that one already. Let's go. Where was I? Okay, this is where I left off. The first F-off, she drank and was high on E that Combs gave her. He managed every detail, including her outfit. She said she felt dirty and confused after. The F-offs could last 36 hours to 4 or more days with some breaks. Do y'all know how sore your coochie is after that amount? At some point, y'all, it's not pleasurable. It just hurts. Listen to me. At some point, it's not pleasurable. It just hurts. As a woman with a coochie, if you have a lot of pleasurable sex, at some point, the friction, even with lube, the friction can cause you to get worn and raw. And yes, it swells. And somebody will continuously poke you. And it would look, that's why he used to have all that baby oil and all of that. I want y'all to be fucking for real. As women, we know exactly what it's like to have a lot of sex and be sore. And you know what I'm saying? Most of us should know anyway. I'm 37, y'all. I'll be 37 now. I'm old enough to know what it's like for your pocketbook to be like, all right, bitch, leave me alone. It's enough. Enough is enough. So please understand, this is torture. Please understand, y'all, this is torture. Diddy staff, again, adding to RICO. Diddy staff, organized organization. Diddy staff would sometimes book hotels for freak-offs and pick up the baby oil. Y'all know the baby oil has drugs in it, lube and condoms. They use 10 large bottles of baby oil per freak-off. The only reason why this is stated to this degree is because there are drugs in the baby oil. So they need you to know how much of this is premeditated. It's not just a fun time. No. It's making sure the drugs are there to keep people, incapacitated. One time, there was a baby pool filled with baby oil that Diddy made her get in. If they ran out of baby oil, an assistant would be called to bring more. Post freak off, the hotel rooms will be trashed, and sometimes the assistants will go in and clean or handle hotel charges for damage. All of this is covering up a crime. Y'all may not think the freak offs are crimes, they're crimes. You're cleaning up the crime scene. Again, RICO, organization, people helping you, aiding and abetting you in an organized attempt to do illegal shit. Diddy would alter her appearance for the freak offs. Fresh wax, a tan, nails done, all white, or a white French tip. Y'all know that was a signifier that you was one of Diddy's girls. White nails or French white tips. That's why when this is how you know that a lot of these niggas be hanging around Diddy. Future. When Future decided to tell y'all what type of nails he thought was sexy, and we like, nigga, I'm gonna wear whatever nail polish the fuck I want. Why you worried? Is because that type of control of a woman's aesthetic is abusive. It's so you can control her. And anybody trying to control you down to your fingernail polish, bitch, is abusive. And a part of that is making you think that whatever you want to do ain't cool, but what they want you to do is better. So now all the girls only wear red, white. You know, I remember finding out that all you hoes was wearing white nail polish. And I was just like, when did that start? When did y'all start only wearing white nail polish? What is that about? And I know some of the girls do it because they think it's cute, but I just wonder, where did that shit come from? Did it come from men like this, putting it in their songs or putting it on social media, telling you what they think is sexy and what they think is classy? So now you're just a random woman somewhere walking around with white toenail polish on your black skin because some woman or some man introduced you to something like this. I'm just saying, well, thank you, Erica, for the super chat. She wasn't in a relationship with Puffy. Cassie was a sex slave. Absolutely. Absolutely. Just like Shannon. Remember when we was talking about Shannon Sharp and y'all was up here like him and that girl were not in a relationship. And I basically said it didn't fucking matter because the emotions used to manipulate her into being okay with the abuse is relationship type shit. That's not how the relationship is presented to everybody else. So everybody else can then say, oh, it's not a real relationship. You was just a hoe. It's a way to protect themselves, y'all. When I tell y'all these men are thinking about ways to protect themselves from the consequences of their actions the entire time, that's why I told y'all stop feeling sorry for Shannon Sharp. That was too fucking many things that would have you questioning if the girl was telling the truth or not. She young, she's a sex worker, she a white girl. You didn't put a whole bunch of things in front of us that's going to make most black people not even want to believe it. And a part of that is y'all thinking that because somebody is a sex worker, my nails white now. Hey, y'all know I'm just saying, like, there was a phenomenon. Like, I didn't even know we was doing that. And I turned around and every time I see somebody got on white nail polish, child. And I'll be wondering, where did you see that from? Who showed you that first? Where did that come from? Because it might have came from these niggas. Let me continue on. See-through net outfits, extremely high heels. He made her get piercings. Not he made her get piercings. Reminds me of Shannon taking his daughter to get her tattoo burned off at 18 because she did something he didn't want her to do. And so when I tell y'all, whoever these men are, their children know who they are, and y'all want to act like, oh, the children couldn't possibly get this version of their dad. You think? It just shows up in different ways. It just shows up in different ways. But to me, this kind of shows you how these niggas be the same. Peep it. Peep it. Don't think Diddy has not done horrific, fucked up things to those kids. Please don't think that. Please don't think that. Diddy recorded the freak-offs. He never asked, just brought out a camera one day and set it up. Cassie asked him to delete as staff had access to his devices. Staff had access to his devices. And y'all really think them kids ain't never seen nothing? Really? Y'all really think them daughters ain't never seen nothing? And that's what I was saying. Didn't I say early on in my live, you really think you ain't accidentally streamed something to a television in a room? Y'all know how many times people accidentally stream some pictures in their phone to a TV? And you think that ain't never happened? The video we saw of Diddy beating her at the elevator bank, she says it was a freak off turned violent. He hit her and she got a black eye and she ran out of the room barefoot while Diddy was in the shower. It was the day of her first big movie premiere. She didn't want to mess it up, but he did. He did. He put her in a 10-album deal so that he could imprison her. That was that, y'all. A lot of these contracts, imprisonment. It's slavery. Getting the most out of some person without them getting anything for real in return. But they signed the paperwork, so that means it's okay. Prosecution asked if she enjoyed anything about the F-offs. Cassie breaks down in tears. She says she enjoyed time spent with him, but overall she felt disgusting and humiliated. She told him in writing she didn't want to do it anymore. When Diddy was mad at her, he would have his staff, security, take away her car. Again, staff, organized, people helping him do it. Rico. I'm just going to keep bringing up Rico for everybody that feel like they didn't see the Rico nowhere. He would have his staff talking about we need more than her feelings. This is not her fucking feelings. He would have his staff, security, take away her car, or she would be kicked out of her apartment, take her jewelry, electronics. She could have them back when she agreed to go to his house. And y'all think that that type of discipline wasn't used on those kids? Really? You think that it hasn't been said to the kids that if you don't do every single thing that I'm asking y'all to do, then I'm going to make sure y'all don't get none of the money that I have put aside for y'all? Y'all will just be out here destitute like all the rest of the broke motherfuckers. And they want to eat the rich. They want to hate on all you little young girls that's been posted up like y'all having the best lives ever. You think that man ain't never used his money to manipulate and control his children? Please wake the fuck up. He had control over her every minute of the day. They spent a lot of time together, and when they were apart, he would blow up her phone. If she didn't answer, he would send assistants or security to find her in person. Again, Rico. Rico. Cassie talks about building a friendship with Diddy. When she was 19, he was 36. She said she was sexually inexperienced. The first time they had sex, she was high on E that Combs gave her. After that, she became one of his girlfriends. He asked her to call him Pop Pop because that's what she called her grandfather. He called her CC, which stood for Cassie Combs. Think about how sick it is for him to want you to call him a name that you called your grandfather. It's because he wants to, what's the word I'm looking for? It's another word besides corrupt, but it means he wants to corrupt even your fond memories. He wants to be in control of how you felt about your grandfather. This is the nigga that is thinking ahead enough that wants you to call him something that you called your grandfather so that you can associate those two things together. CC, Cassie Combs, never married her, was hiding her for the longest. But Cassie Combs, at the time, she believed they were monogamous and he was her first adult relationship. So that's what Demetria said from day 2. Let's see what she said on if she posted for day 3 yet. Hold up. But I just want y'all to clock it. Clock how diabolical that is. Hold up. It's day 3 of testimony. This trial is already exhausting. Also, Pod is loading. Had to pull it to add Haley's restraining order. Okay, I'm gonna go listen later. It's always, why didn't she just leave if it was so bad? And never, what the fuck is wrong with that man for treating her like that? Sigh. Girl, you ain't never lie. You ain't never lie. It's never something wrong with this nigga. It's always, child, you stayed. He paid you. You let him. All of that shit. Now, remember I told y'all I didn't like the way people was reporting on the story?
Guys, I am headed into court right now. I will say when we go into court, they do take our phones. If y'all know me, I am such a like watching my phone, watching the alerts person. This has been a rough couple weeks being from 9 to 5 being without phones, and I like to try and come out and take breaks so I can update you guys, let you guys know what is happening. But the way that court is set up right now with Cassie being on the stand, it's like if you come out, you might miss something. So I try and stay the full day for the most part. Today is day 3. It's the second week of the trial, but it's day 3 of the second week. This is Cassie's second day on the stand. And what I am told is going to happen is that after lunch, Cassie will be cross-examined, which will mean that Diddy's legal team will get a chance to ask her questions and get a chance to probe. One of the issues that they're having right now, that they were talking about yesterday, is whether or not Cassie and victim Jane, who is another person who's supposed to be testifying as well, testifying to some of the charges as well, about abuse and things of that nature, is whether or not they'll be able to talk to their attorneys or not while they're being cross-examined. Now, typically, you're not supposed to, you know what I mean? Like, this has just become a thing of whether they can or whether they can't. And I think Diddy's team is arguing that you can't overlook his rights when it comes to that. And the biggest thing that the prosecution has today, like the biggest job that the prosecution has today in closing up their arguments or closing up their conversation, their interview with Cassie, is they need to land that plane. Like they need to, right now, the reasonable doubt, the proof of having to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that Diddy committed the things that they're alleging, aided with this testimony from Cassie and then what will come from victim Jane. They need to stick it to us. Like we need to see, okay, I see the setup. You know what I mean? Like I see the men on the court, but when is the slam dunk coming? They've told us about a bunch of different things that can be determined criminal in this case, that can meet certain definitions for certain charges that they have charged Puff with, but they need to show us the hard proof of it being not just something that Cassie felt, but something that actually happened.
That right there. That right there. That right there. They need to show us not just Cassie's feelings, but something that actually happened.
And I don't just mean like show us. Beyond a shadow of a doubt or beyond any reasonable doubt means that there's no way that a juror can even think anything other than that. They need to do it in a way, they need to present this evidence in a way that there is no room for that loophole to be opened. Because as I told you on the first day, Diddy's legal team is amazingly good at seeing where things are not strong, seeing where the little missteps, and opening up that threshold of reasonable doubt and making you think, well, maybe there is more to this. Maybe this isn't criminal or sex trafficking. Sex trafficking is all about domestic violence, and he's not charged with that. The prosecution definitely has their case set out for them. And if they're starting cross-examinations after lunch today, they ain't got but so much time to do it. Now, granted, they can come back after the cross-examinations or whatever, but it's like, so far, I'm gonna tell you guys, like, and I, of course, we can't talk to the jurors, but the jurors are regular people just like us, right? Just like the public in the courtroom, because people of the public are allowed to come in, just like the media in the courtroom. And what I like to do is when I'm in court, I like to talk to people in there, see how people are feeling, see what the reactions are, from, hey, how did you feel when you first walked in here, to how are you feeling now after listening to that testimony? The consensus is that the prosecution didn't bring the plane in for a landing. They gave us a lot of information. They set the tone for a lot of things. They alleged and reminded us of a lot of things that they're alleging, but they didn't land it. They have to do that. They have to, or honestly, guilty or not, I don't know if they got it. I don't know if the prosecution has Puff on enough to send him to jail for the time that they're talking about. But it is only day 2 of week 2. There is a lot more to come.
Okay. So that was one thing. Yeah, some of y'all are saying she's right. A RICO, Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organization Act charge, is a federal charge that accuses someone of participating in a criminal organization that engages in a pattern of racketeering activities. RICO is designed to combat organized crime by targeting criminal enterprises that are not just engaged in individual acts of crime, but in a business of crime. So, when we talk about a business of crime, you are Diddy, you are paying people to do illegal shit for you over a certain amount of time. To me, that is RICO. On day 3 of Diddy's sex trafficking case, Cassie took to the stand to recount the 2016 incident at the Los Angeles hotel, the video we saw. Cassie testified Diddy threw a vase of flowers at her during the 2016 hotel attack. I just remember it coming towards me. I remember hitting a wall. Y'all, we saw the video. Assistant U.S. Johnson plays the video from the assault. I'm going to show you the LA Intercontinental hallway again. What's in his hand, Cassie? He doesn't appear to have anything. Attorney Johnson asked to skip 13 seconds forward. Now anything in his hand? My phone, Cassie replied. U.S. Attorney Johnson questions Cassie on where Diddy got her phone from. Well, he took all of my stuff, Cassie replied. Cassie testified Diddy threw a vase of flowers at her during the 2016 hotel attack. I just remember it coming towards me. Cassie begins detailing Carrie Morgan, a very close friend of Cassie, calling the police after the incident. She was upset when she saw me. She called the police. As you may recall, during Cassie's 2023 civil lawsuit against Diddy, Morgan alleged Diddy assaulted her in 2018. Cassie was asked if she spoke to the police. Yes, but I didn't say who I was talking about, and they left. Assistant U.S. Attorney Johnson asked why. I wasn't ready. Still scared. Still too fucking scared. Attorney Johnson then asked Cassie if Diddy tried to come to her apartment. Yes, he was banging. That was pretty normal for him, but this is a pretty private building. She said she later went to see D-Rock, one of Diddy's security guards, and his wife to try to feel safe. Cassie was shown a photo in court. What are you wearing? Attorney Johnson asked. A gown and sunglasses. I had a black eye, Cassie replied. She added she had bruises on her leg, but changed clothes before the pic taken with Diddy at an after party.
Sean Diddy.
The way that nigga was running to come and get her. I'm sorry, this is not the coercion. This is not the coercion y'all talking about, right? Okay, girl, I'm not gonna make y'all sit through that. There's more. Cassie admits Diddy hit her best friend with hanger, causing concussion in 2018. According to Cassie's 2023 lawsuit, she and Carrie were inseparable until a 2018 altercation at Cassie's home. The lawsuit claims Mr. Combs threw a hanger at Miss Morgan, striking her and causing a concussion. Bitch, how a hanger? Oh, it must have been a wooden hanger. No wire hangers. The incident led to a legal settlement between Diddy and Carrie. Legal settlement. So we took it to court. Cassie stated she also paid Carrie additional money to smooth things over following the fallout. Though she tried to mend things, Cassie admits her and Carrie's friendship hasn't recovered because you can't be friends with a woman in a situation like this. She doesn't have the strength to protect herself. She's not going to protect you. Cassie testifies about physical and emotional toll on her time with Diddy on day 3 of trial. Says antibiotics stopped working and she suffered mouth injuries from repeated encounters. AUSA, how would you recover from a freak off? Ventura, I take opiates. I wanted to feel numb. We'd get massages, IV fluids. The chef would come cook us something. Okay, because let's not forget about the recovery. Right? All my BDSM people, y'all know about the recovery. AUSA, how often did you take opiates after freak-offs? Ventura, often. I got urinary tract infections. AUSA, were the UTIs painful? Ventura, very. Antibacterials didn't work anymore. Nigga is building up an unbeatable UTI in this young girl. AUSA, how did it feel during freak-offs? Ventura, burning. I would not advise it. AUSA, let's read this out loud. Ventura, I have all these sores on my tongue. I have another UTI. What source? Ventura, friction in my mouth. AUSA, from what? Ventura, oral sex. AUSA, you said another UTI, then sad face emoji. Ventura, I was open with him about them. AUSA, so you feel sick. Ventura, why are you sorry? I took the blame for things. That's how it happens. I'm sorry because now I can't do what you want me to do. I'm sorry because now I know if I put sugar on it, you won't think that, oh, you just trying to leave me like all them other suckers I done made famous, right? You just don't want to do what I want you to do. Male escort testifies he witnessed Diddy brutally beating Cassie. Not just her feelings. This is someone who can prove what he saw. It's not just a feeling. Daniel Phillip, a 41-year-old male escort, was called to the witness stand. During his testimony, Phillip explained that he was paid between $700 to $6,000 to participate in sexual encounters with Combs and Ventura from 2012 to 2014. Phillip revealed that he witnessed Combs physically abusing Ventura. He specifically recalls the instance where Combs threw a glass bottle at his then girlfriend and hitting her before dragging into another room by the hair. She was screaming, and he pulled her into the bedroom. Phillip said, I could hear what sounded like him slapping her. She was screaming, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. To which Phillips remembers hearing Combs say, bitch, when I tell you to come, you come now, not later. I have a specific memory. About something similar. Not coming when they call, not moving fast enough. It came out of nowhere. I was terrified. I didn't know what to do. In my mind, if I tried to do something, I might lose my life. He added, my thoughts were Combs was someone with unlimited power. My life was at risk. There was a moment when I was like 12. There was a moment when I was 12. And we were babysitting my niece and nephew, who were only a couple of months apart. And I was helping my dad change their diapers. My mom was leaving work, coming home. My mom is calling me on my phone in my room. Took me a long time to beg them to give me my own separate line. So I'm in the answering. My dad is dealing with the babies and he's yelling, Teach. I put the phone down because I'm talking to my mama. I say, hold on, ma. Daddy, I'm coming. Finish talking to my mama. Put the phone down. Walk out my room, going down the hallway. I'm running down the hallway because he called. I didn't even make it halfway down the hallway before he comes walking up the hallway. And as soon as he saw me, bop, hit me. I fall on the ground. He's saying, you didn't hear me calling you? Backing up. I back up into their bedroom and I'm on the ground. He was so mad. He went to kick and then stopped himself. Almost like he just wanted me to think that he was going to kick me. I'm on the floor. So what do? I ball up. You just ball up and let whatever happens happen. My mom comes home. She heard me tell him I was coming. At this point, I remember this moment because it was the moment that on some level I learned no one is coming to save you. So stop fighting. She not gonna save you. And you've been taught that there is nothing else. This is it. I hate that I'm getting emotional. But you don't know if you don't know. And he didn't have to be an artist, but just that anger, controlling that thing, I understand it so well. I understand it so well. It's all I knew at some point. And I'm still going to come behind it and say, I loved him and I know he loved me. But that is what I experienced. So when you hear these stories and you can identify in such a deep way with what it actually feels like in the moment, you really, really get tired of seeing people downplay it and act like it's not what it is. What else? Let's see. We read that one. This.
Hate to say it, the bottom line is people who came to watch the case were walking out. I hate to say it, we were getting bored in there with Cassidy's testimony. I think everybody thought it was going to be explosive. This is a RICO case. They're trying to show trafficking, if you know what I mean. And I hate to say it, but the government is doing a terrible job at showing it. Now, they are showing, yes, domestic violence. They keep asking her, so at these freak-offs, who selected your outfits? Who did Diddy? But they're not showing, okay, this escort was taken, traveled here for this. And it's not showing multiple people involved. All you're seeing the government prove is that Diddy committed domestic violence, but that is a state case that is not need a federal trial. So I hate to say it, guys. We know we don't want this, but I think Diddy could get off on the RICO charges. I'm not seeing it. I could be wrong, but the government is just not doing a great job. I stepped out because I'm just dying in there. It is really hard. It's hard to write all day. I will have more info on stuff for you guys. Cassie broke down on the stand crying, basically just saying that she loves the diddler and she would do anything for him. And I hate to say it, but I think the defense is going to come back and say, well, this is a case of somebody who is just so in love that she would say, literally, I just wanted to make him happy. I didn't want him to be angry or upset because you didn't know what could happen. And so I think the defense is going to get up there and say, look, you were just so in love with him. You would do anything he asked you to. Well, guess what? That's not, that was your choice. That's what they're going to say is you were an adult and you made that choice, whether good or bad, you made that choice to do anything for him for love. So I don't know, Patriots. I got this. I'm not.
Right? Choice, right? Choice, right? She had a choice. She made a choice, right? That's what y'all keep saying, right? Choice. She had a choice. She could have not. She had a choice, huh? Child, where's the video? Where's the video? Is it in here? Not in here. Because, child, once I done passed it up, child, it be over. Be losing it and all of that. Where is the video? Okay, I'm gonna read this. But y'all know what the video of her trying to leave. The video of her trying to leave. But yeah, let's act like, I just loved him so much. Like, no, that's a part of the manipulation. That's a part of the abuse, babe. The love is a manipulation. That's why we keep trying to tell y'all, stop thinking about love all the fucking time. Coercion. That's another thing I'm saying. Niggas who don't understand what coercion is. I love y'all too. I appreciate y'all. Because, Please don't think that it's not in the back of my mind that me being this honest might bite me in the ass in some type of way. Just before the break, Cassie testified that the longest freak off she participated in with Diddy lasted 4 days. Okay. She testified the marathon sessions often left her needing time to recover from dehydration, fatigue, and drug use. Cassie testified that having sex with Diddy for the first time felt like a turning point. She said it made her feel closer to him. And as they spent more time together, she believed they were in a monogamous relationship. In hindsight, I know that wasn't the case, she said. Sean Combs had many girlfriends. Over time, Combs became increasingly controlling and sometimes was violent, Cassie testified. You make the wrong face. And the next thing I knew, I was getting hit in the face, she said. Cassie said that if she didn't respond to his call right away, there would be incessant calls until she did. And Combs' staff, including security workers, would join in the pursuit. That's why I don't understand why y'all don't see the RICO, because every step along the way, and I feel like there must be evidence to, like, she's giving her testimony, but in order for there to be prosecution based on her testimony, they would have to line up physical evidence proving that these people were aiding him in doing these things. Okay. Cassie testified she was insanely jealous early in her relationship with Diddy, saying it stemmed from being super young. I didn't get that he was him, as he would say. I'm Puff Daddy. Puff Daddy has many rules, like the company of women, she recalled. Likes the company of women, she recalled. Though they saw other people at times, Cassie said she eventually believed they were monogamous. He expected that of me, so I assumed it was the same. Remember Young Miami? And I kept telling y'all, she's not having fun if he's the only one that can do whatever he wants to do. Combs told her, I'm not dealing with anyone else. It's just us. We all know that's a lie. Prosecutor Emily Johnson asked Cassie what happened to her music career and the 9 albums that were never released. Cassie said she recorded hundreds of songs. Some leaked online. Others just didn't see the light of day. And that's another abuse, like making her do that work and then shelving her. Any artist that has been shelved will tell you how terrible that feels. But somebody to make you feel like they're about to push your career forward and they basically buy your product and then put it on the shelf so nobody else can see it. She testified that much of her time was taken up by freak-offs. Freak-offs became a job. We read that part. After the Las Vegas trip, Cassie said she was invited by Combs to hotels in New York where they talk about music projects and albums. When Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson asked what else happened at hotels, Cassie took a deep breath and said she was introduced to the idea of oral sex at the hotels. I'm like, the idea. Cassie also noted that Combs is 17 years older than her and that she was sexually inexperienced when they first got together. She said she eventually had sex with Combs on a boat during a trip to Miami. She said she had wine in the afternoon and then Combs introduced her to ecstasy for the first time. I just didn't know. I didn't know what would happen. Cassie elaborated on why she felt it was so difficult to refuse Combs' demands, reiterating her fears of violence and blackmail videos from freak-offs being disseminated on the internet. Sean is a really polarizing person. Also really charming, Cassie said. It's hard to really be able to decide in that moment what you need when he's telling you what he wants. I just didn't know. I didn't know what would happen. This shit right here, this shit really took me out. AUSA, any other use of candle wax? Ventura, a few times poured on my body. AUSA, who set the temperature of the room? Ventura, Sean, I was expected to do freak offs on my period. AUSA, did you want to do that? Ventura, no. AUSA, did you want to be urinated on? Defense, objection. Judge, grounds. Defense, asked and answered. Judge, overruled. Ventura, no, I did not want it. AUSA, how did it feel? Ventura, it was disgusting. It was too much. I choked. No one could think I wanted it. What she described is laying on the floor and having Diddy and the male escort peeing on her face at the same time. So when she says she choked, remember how when you choke, the shit goes in your nose and then down your throat and out of your mouth? Remember how Young Miami talked about she liked golden showers and all of that during the good times with Diddy? Remember? People will introduce you to certain things in a pleasurable manner, also that they can use it against you later and make it seem as if you were okay with it, because when they originally brought it to you, it was done in a different way. But it is about degrading. It is about, like, you know, being degraded. Some people get off on being degraded, and other people get off on degrading other people. Why were you choking? Ventura, too much urine in my mouth. AUSA, who else urinated on you? Ventura, Sean. AUSA, did you want Sean to urinate on you? Ventura, I didn't want anyone to urinate on me. How often did it happen? Often enough. AUSA, which hotel charged the most for damage to the room? Ventura, the Intercontinental in New York. Sounds like he had somebody that was probably on the board with the Intercontinental for all of their hotels. And that's what it is. You make friends with these people. So when you go to their hotels and you do this illegal shit, you can just call somebody that's in charge of all of the hotels and get the shit cleaned up. Okay, because it was the Intercontinental in Los Angeles. Remember that the assault took place at. They redecorated the whole room for ridiculous money. AUSA, back to the urination. Judge, Miss Johnson, only a few more questions. AUSA, why didn't you say no? Ventura, it was obvious I didn't want to be on the ground being urinated on by two men. AUSA, where did you find escorts? Ventura, initially, Craigslist. AUSA, do you recall all of the free calls? Ventura, that would be impossible. AUSA, did you want to stop? Ventura, yes, I was humiliated. I didn't have those words then. I couldn't talk to anyone about it. She's crying. AUSA, did you tell him you didn't want to? Yes. Ventura, I brought it up gently. I didn't want him to just do it with someone else. AUSA, were you able to express your concerns to him? Defense, objection, leading, judge, rephrase. AUSA, why would you talk to him gently? Ventura, I didn't want him to be angry. It's like, are y'all retarded or something? Like, I understand they have to ask this, but in real life, if you're already scared of somebody, you know that you have to do what they're telling you to do. Whatever it is. AUSA, what is this? Ventura, email between me and Sean. Child, not the email. AUSA, what did you call him? Ventura, pop-up. Pop-pop. AUSA, why? Ventura, he asked me what I called my grandfather. I did it, but now I think it was disrespectful. AUSA, any other use of... That's why I don't like all of that daddy shit. Fuck out of here. I don't want to think about that nigga when I'm fucking. AUSA, any other use of candle wax? We saw that part. So, you know, people are just kind of snipping things together, but sometimes they don't give you, you know, all of the stuff. Let's see. Alex Fine seen leaving the courthouse after Cassie concludes her testimony. Y'all conversation about Alex Fine just shows how many of you men are despicable and disgusting, because even Charlemagne, because, I hope he didn't hear anything he didn't know, because it probably would be so hard for him to want to be with a woman after he heard all of the terrible things that she did with that other man. Y'all really think about women as trash cans. And that if a man has desecrated on this trash can, that's nasty and can't nobody know about it. I might still want to have this trash can, but can't nobody know that they did that to you. And even though it was abuse and you didn't want it, I'm still going to in some way blame you and make you the dirty party for what occurred and what happened to you. It's the same thing in like other cultures and other places in the world where they blame the R victims, where if, you know, for instance, I know in a lot of cultures, they'll say that if a man assaults a woman, that woman has now been ruined. I've heard of stories where, you know, in certain Middle Eastern households, if a woman is assaulted or a woman was assaulted and the brother burned her or killed her or something because it was shaming their family that she got assaulted. That's a part of this. Let me see. AUSA, what happened after the escort finished on you? Y'all know what that means, right? Ventura, Sean would want to put on his body in the next room. So after the escort comes on Cassie, Cassie goes into the room where Diddy is and takes the cum off of her and rubs it on his nipples. Child, highways and byways, so he won't have to be. And then somebody Zane, no, y'all are not gonna act like people doing freak shit that is consensual is the same thing as this. I need y'all to learn the difference. There's a difference. And y'all act like there is no difference.
Up, it's Lauren Rosa. So we are here. We are still outside of the court. Court just ended.
Hold up, this is not the one that I want to talk about. Hold up. Is this it?
Cassie in court running us through that.
Back to Diddy.
Yeah, back to Diddy. Running us through the video of her being dragged in that hotel room back in 2016. So people have been trying to figure out kind of like what the narrative is. Was she trying to get away from a freak off, or was this two people so jealous, so upset? Cassie says that was her trying to leave a freak off 100%. She says that she had shot Diddy a text message, which they brought up in court. In that text, she's texting him and saying, I want to FO so bad. That's how they talked about freak offs. The text is to Pop Up. She calls him Pop Up because she alleges that he wanted her to call him what she used to call her grandfather.
I was about to say, Pop Up is for granddad.
Yeah.
Well, that's when you know the girl way too young for you. It's one thing when the girl say daddy.
Yeah.
Pop Up.
She said on the stand too, she was like, yeah, weird, I know, but whatever. In the text messages, she's saying that she wants to freak off. And I think the prosecutors brought this up early because they want to get ahead of it, because she's saying she's initiating it, right? But she's also alleging at the same time she was trying to get away from it and couldn't. So she said that the reason why she shot this text and the reason why they were even in that hotel in LA the day that she got dragged back in 2016 was because she had this major movie premiere coming up on Monday. That video that we saw, she alleges happened over the weekend.
This not the one. We saw that. Hold up. I'm trying to find the one. Is this it?
It's week 2 of Diddy's trial here in New York, and day 2 kicked off with Cassie, who was the star witness for the prosecutors, taking the stand. Now, a lot of people feel like Cassie dropped the ball yesterday with her testimony, but I do not agree whatsoever. Cassie got on the stand and she detailed everything from the first day that they met to the times that they spent together, her 21st birthday, where that was her first time kissing, and she admitted that she didn't want to kiss him. She didn't know how to feel. She felt confused. She was young. She was crying. She set the scene early for the power dynamic of, this big mogul who was supposed to be helping me in music, who had such a big life that she just uncontrollably fell in love with, and things got bigger than her. After she details a lot of the background, she starts going into the things that a lot of us wanted to know about. So they talk to her about the freak offs. And what she says about the freak offs is that Diddy allegedly was in control. She says that
this not the one. This not the one, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find a specific clip that went viral. This might have been it.
Which witness y'all want to go with first? The male escort or the LAPD officer?
Whatever's more entertaining.
The male escort. Both entertaining. Okay, so the male escort gets on the stand, right? Black male escort. Yes, he's a black man. He's probably 5'7", really stocky, muscle. I could tell when he walked in, I'm like, oh, he must be like a dancer or something. Oh, no, Charlamagne's body could never. Okay. He's like a dancer or something. So he gets on the stand.
Seen me with my shirt off, man.
Let her finish, please.
Baby, listen, look at you sitting over. Sit up, looking all pudgy. So he's on the stand.
I know you ain't talking with that Vera Wayne fat suit, though.
So he's on the stand and he's describing his relationship with Cassie and Diddy. And he's saying that, up until a few years ago, in New York, whenever they would come here, they would call him because he would engage in different sexual acts with them, right? Allegedly. So he's like, every single time he got the phone call, it was from Cassie. The way that he met them was through his boss. So his boss came to him one day and said, look, I have this couple who wants to do something for the wife. It's a bachelorette party. They need a male stripper. They didn't have a male stripper, so he went. He shows up in the NYPD t-shirt and he says, Cassie opens the door. She's in red lingerie. She's in a wig, dark glasses, and pumps. And she's like, listen, your boss told me that I'm supposed to give you $200. And this is what he's alleging. And instead, she gives him $4,000. She's like, I want to explain to you what's about to happen. So this is not a bachelorette party. My husband likes to do special things for me. He wanted to do this for my birthday. He just wants us to rub baby oil on each other and, just kind of get familiar with each other. And whatever happens from there, if you're comfortable, I'm open to it. So he's like, okay. So he goes in. He says when he walked in
This is not really being left up to their discretion because you have to remember what's in the baby oil. If nobody knows what's in the baby oil, they don't know what they're going to feel once the baby oil is put on them, right? This is another situation where you lying about aspects of this is illegal. You putting drugs and shit and then giving it to people without them knowing is illegal, y'all.
Like just okay. He literally said Cassie was one of the most beautiful women he ever seen in his life. He couldn't even believe that it was happening like this. So he walks in and he alleges that Puff was there sitting in the room, but you couldn't tell it was him because he had a bandana tied around his face and he had a hat on and he was sitting in the corner. He said that they got into.
Why is it funny? Why is it funny?
Got into it. He says that they were rubbing each other with the oils. There was other lubricant there as well. And that him and Cassie had sex on the couch in that hotel allegedly. And that the whole time Puff sat in the corner and masturbated.
Executive producer. That's what he calls it.
And he did say, he did say that, you know, he never, Puff never got involved.
Low key, that executive producer line was funny and I'm trying not to laugh about it. Take that.
But he was telling them what to do at different times.
That's how we know he don't make beats.
And he also made it clear too that when on the first time that they linked up, Cassie told him like, you have nothing to worry about. My husband is not gay. He's not going to touch you. He's not going to whatever. He just, you know, he might tell us what to do or whatever, but he's not going to be, it's just going to be us doing the physical things. He said that they linked up a lot more times after that, but he did say that there was two things he said. He said one time he couldn't get hard anymore because he went to Cassie's house. They got comfortable with him. He came to Cassie's house. When he was there, Cassie and Diddy was in the room. He was outside in the living room. Diddy comes out and goes off on Cassie, like allegedly beats her up bad because she took a long time to come back in the room to him. And he said after he saw that was his first time seeing her get physically like touched. He couldn't even engage in sexual activity with the two of them. And they haven't gotten to cross-examine him yet. Like Diddy's team started and then they had to stop.
What about the urination?
The urination thing. So he randomly was just like recounting their experiences and he just came out and said, yeah, like, because they were asking him, what are some of the things you would have to do? He said, well, one time Cassie asked me to, you know, urinate
on her.
On her. And now we all gasping like, oh, wait, because the prosecutors.
So Cassie asked him, not Diddy.
Exactly. Because the prosecutors opened up that literally probably like.
So are we slow? Are we stupid? Are we dumb? Is it lost upon us that Diddy tells Cassie what he wants before the escort gets there? And that way she then explains what he wants. So it seems like it's coming from her and she's, you know, in autonomy with this, but she's really not. Like, is that lost? Are we slow? Did we not catch that?
15 minutes before that, the prosecutors were like, Cassie is going to tell you that Diddy allegedly made this escort urinate on her. That there's an escort sitting in front of us sworn in on the stand saying, no, Cassie told me to do that.
And this is what I was talking about yesterday when I said they're about to put Cassie through it. And I hope her husband isn't hearing anything he didn't already know.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, because if not, that gonna make for some very awkward moments at home.
Yeah.
And if you didn't know that your wife got urinated on and then found this out in court,
it's a lot.
Could you handle that?
But let me tell you, not only because
I want to know, first of all, I want y'all to know, like, the way they're talking about this situation is annoying the fuck out of me when it comes to that. Alex Fine was a trainer for Diddy. She met him because he was a part of, you know, like Diddy paying people to do certain things. Alex Fine was there. I believe Alex Fine witnessed things. When him and Cassie start their relationship, he knows a lot of what has already happened. He also is the one that's always online. Before Cassie said anything, before we actually had the proof, Alex Fine is on the internet every other day making a comment about how Diddy ain't shit. Alex Fine is the one that is pushing and lifting Cassie up so that she can go and tell the truth. He already knew. I think he knew before. That's why their relationship is what it is. I think he already knew. I think Alex Fine probably presented Cassie with love she had not ever experienced, which is somebody knowing what's been done to you and not blaming you for it. Seeing you as the beautiful woman that you are, who was taken advantage of, who was put in a fucked up situation, but you are not trash. You are not thrown away simply because somebody did this to you. The language that they are using promotes men blaming women for their assaults. Looking at women like you're disgusting because you let that man do this to you, when it wasn't really a let. It was I felt like I didn't have a choice because of the nuance of the situation, which he continues to explain.
He had left. He was in the back of the court, and then he went. I think they took up to like a back room. But the you know, all the Diddy kids are there, right? So his daughters are there. I was sitting behind them. It was awkward for me to watch them have to listen to all of this. They, after he started, the male escort started getting into a lot of the masturbation and stuff, they got up and left. They got up.
Who told him to leave? Did Diddy say leave or?
No, Diddy didn't tell them to leave. I don't know if there was a conversation or not. I looked up from writing and I saw them get up. So I don't know. But I know that they were like checking on each other throughout. I saw them ask like Christian at one point, like, you okay? Because they brought Kim into this as well, like having conversations about the jealousy that was between Puff and Cassie, because, you know, the defense is just trying to paint this as like this was just a jealous, toxic relationship. And it started with Diddy not being able to leave Kim alone up until the time of her passing. But
I need y'all to understand something about this jealousy aspect. It's called triangulation. Okay? That's what it's called. Let's look it up so I can give y'all the textbook. Okay? Triangulation refers to a strategy of verifying information or findings by using multiple. Hold on, no, that's not right. This is not the one I'm talking about. Psychology. Okay, look, there's two different ones. In psychology, triangulation refers to a manipulative tactic where a person in a conflict involves a third party to exert control or manipulate the situation. This can involve directly involving the third person in the conflict or subtly using them as a go-between. It's a dysfunctional communication pattern that can have negative impacts on individuals and relationships. What is it? More information. What it is. Triangulation involves a third party being drawn into a conflict between two individuals. It's a manipulation tactic where one person seeks to control the situation by involving someone else. Examples: a parent using their child to convey messages to the other parent rather than communicating directly. A couple having an argument and involving a roommate to take sides. A narcissist subtly using a third person to manipulate or exert control over another person. That's what he was doing with Cassie and Kim. You make them jealous by mentioning other people. I told y'all this has been done to me before. Like, you with somebody and y'all supposed to be all into each other, and all of a sudden they bring up another person and it makes you feel jealous. Like, wait a minute, why are you bringing up this other person? Like, talking about this other person the way I feel like you should be talking about me right now. It is a way to make you jealous. And it's a way to make you feel insecure. So now, especially in our, society that teaches us how to, windmill and be pick-me's and fight for men and fighting over dick and all of that. I was just talking about the other day when Carly was like, I'm not a girl's girl. Bitch, we know you're not a girl's girl. You've been talking about fighting over dick since you've been out. We know exactly what's going on over there. Okay? And you a Latina? Girl, we already know. Pick me down. Okay? A narcissist, a parent, instead of addressing a child's behavior directly, uses the other parent's potential response as a threat. Wait till your dad sees what you've done. Bitch, if that wasn't done to me on an everyday basis, if that was not done to me on an everyday basis, child. Why it's problematic. Emotional abuse. Triangulation can be emotionally abusive for the third person who is being drawn into the conflict. Control and manipulation. It's a way to maintain control and manipulate the situation. It prevents open and honest communication between the original parties. When parents use triangulation with children, it can lead to emotional distress, behavioral problems, and difficulties in forming healthy relationships. Triangulation can create confusion and instability within family roles. It can damage relationships by creating distrust, resentment, and a lack of healthy communication. I can literally remember times that my dad and me were together and, my mom's at work or something, and they might have got into it. And so I might be feeling a little like, guarded because they just got into it. So then he'll say something to me that's supposed to make me see my mom as somebody that is less deserving of the way I'm guarding and protecting her. He knew that I was in defense of her a lot of the times, right? Because he's doing the same thing to me. So I'm as a child, perceiving this abuse as me being upset on her behalf, because the abuse that's happening to me is seen as discipline. So the abuse that's happening to me is okay. The abuse that's happening to her is very obvious that it's not okay. So you then tell me something like your mom is actually really insecure. I will never forget this conversation in a car. You know, your mom, I know you see your mom is this, really beautiful, amazing person, but she's really insecure sometimes. That type of shit. That type of shit. So you got to know that the reason why Cassie at 19 is now all jealous and aggy towards Kim is because Diddy implemented that. Because Diddy made her feel that way. That's something a lot of y'all don't understand, is that you only really feel jealous when and I'm talking about in relationships, when somebody wants you to feel jealous. They're playing on that to make you feel jealous. Yeah, exactly. And because we know of the way he liked to overlap, you have got to know that as long as he kept whispering in them women's ear, oh, she said this about you, or she said that about you, or she looks so pretty, why you couldn't look like that? All of those little comments will eventually build up a resentment that these women will have against each other. And they really know it's him, but they don't have the power to direct their energy towards him. They can't be mad at him. Being mad at him ends up with them getting hurt. Them being mad at each other makes him happy. So when they keep talking about, oh, jealousy, 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 I'm like, triangulation. Triangulation. Like, you're not about to make me get mad at the 19-year-old because she's being convinced to protect the old ass man that's already abusing the other woman he was with. Like, come on. The Cassie and Kim tampon story came directly from Diddy. What is that? I never even heard that. And listen, for beautiful young women, yes. People like Cassie, like Princess, okay? Princess Love, they are taught that all they have is their beauty. So if some ain't shit ass nigga wants to take care of you because you beautiful, let him do it. It teaches them that their value is only in their beauty. And when your value is only in your beauty, you don't value yourself as a person, and you allow people to hurt you because they're taking care of you. Tampon store. Okay, hold up. Let me look it up because I ain't never even heard of that. And then I'm gonna get off here, y'all. Cassie, Kim, Diddy, tampon. Come on, AI generating. Child. Okay. Diddy, Cassie, Kim Tan refers to allegations made by Cola Booth, a woman claiming to be a friend of the late Kim Porter, that Sean Diddy Combs engaged in abusive and humiliating behavior towards Kim Porter, including allegedly attempting to force her to lick a tampon used by Cassie Ventura, another of Combs' ex-girlfriends. Lord have mercy. Okay, hold up. This Diddy thing is not a surprise, but it makes me remember the horrible way he treated my friend Kim Porter and how I've always silently held him responsible for her young death. Diddy was a motherfucker. Y'all would not even begin to believe the way he treated Kim Porter. And ironically, Cassie back then allowed herself to be used to disrespect Kim in her own home. And that's when you say somebody is allowing themselves to be used in a certain way, I think it negates the fear of being harmed by Cassie and Kim. You want to put some of the blame on the women for allowing this to happen. But if you actually look at it, they don't really think they have a choice. They don't think they have a choice. So if they don't think they have a choice, then they don't have a choice. You may be able to see it like you could have done this, you could have done that. But unless you're in the situation, you don't understand the fear, what the fear feels like. Like, You do everything out of fear. Cassie back then allowed herself to be used to disrespect Kim in her own home. Cassie let herself be flaunted. Cola Booth is a weird bitch off rip. Let herself be flaunted in Kim's face. Laughed at Diddy beating Kim. Was awful. I feel bad for Cassie getting beat up like that, but I still remember when Cassie allowed herself to be used racially against Kim Porter as Diddy humiliated, beat, and repeat Kim for years. Y'all have always hated me for talking real about these men, but they deserve it. I have a problem with you as a grown woman having a blind spot to feeling like Cassie was allowing this instead of seeing it for what it really is, which is Cassie being made to do these things, being coerced, being convinced. What y'all saw in that video of Diddy beating Cassie was nothing. We'll never forget the time he tried to make Kim Porter lick Cassie's tampon, always using Kim's race as a put down. That's why I told y'all he is obsessed with light skin, light eyes, curly hair. He's obsessed with that, down from how he sees himself, the men he's actually attracted to, the women he finds himself with. Like, it's very much in his head in a toxic way. Always using Kim's race as a put down. You guys don't know the half of what women go through with famous and powerful men. Be they rappers, be they Bin Laden, be they actors. Y'all have no idea, and you always demonize the women. Always, mind you, Cola is demonizing Cassie at the same time. Talking about she allowed herself to be used in that way. You mean the 21-year-old? You didn't need to say Cassie brought this upon herself to get this point across, by the way. I didn't say Cassie brought it upon herself. You did. I'm on Cassie's side, but of course I thought, no. The wordage you used, okay? Me and Kim talked on the telephone several times. I met her once at an event and we had dinner. Did she allow herself or was she forced to do it? She wasn't forced. So you can see Kim being forced, but you can't see Cassie being forced. Back then, she was the new piece and loved being told that she was superior to Kim due to her race and her hair and all the typical shit that women sucked up when they're being used to put down another woman. But later on, he started treating her the same way he did Kim. So we need to understand forced, yes. If you can see how Kim was being forced, the grown-ass woman, how do you not see? And that's the thing. I really think they feel like because you don't see him telling her the shit or you don't see the force happening because it happens behind closed doors, that's not what's happening. Now, it's weird to me. You can see how he was forcing Kim, but you can't see how he forcing the younger girl. And that's because y'all internalize that bullshit too and want to be mad at them girls because of how they look and all of that bullshit. But the age and power disparity was outrageous. Cassie had nothing in that relationship. I feel bad for Cassie. Why you keep saying it in caps? I really do. No woman deserves that treatment. However, I'm not about to forget the fact that Cassie enjoyed Diddy humiliating Kim with the whole Latina chick is superior to you dark black chick insults that went on for years. Kim was so sweet and so wrongfully abused. And so you think that Kim wasn't made to do that with whoever the previous woman was? What about when everybody thought that Diddy was with J-Lo? We all saw him publicly with J-Lo. What about then? She's not Latina, she's Filipino, but they're referencing how he would go and get women like that and keep Kim in the back. That's what they're talking about. And I feel like a young woman being ignorant and not understanding what's happening is one thing, right? That's obviously what happened here. But for you to say that, oh, she enjoyed, how do you know? How do you know she wasn't forced? How do you know she enjoyed it? And Kim was biracial, but Kim looks black. But Kim was still soft, straight hair, small features, a fucking model. She still fit a certain type of look for him. But of course, he's going to use those things to control. That's what I said, creating the triangulation. What did I just tell y'all? Creating the triangulation. You prettier than her. But then also, you listen. You might be this, but my baby mama, that's my baby mama. And I'm going to always be there for my baby mama. Creating the triangulation. She was a child, and this is where I'm at with it. Cassie eventually caught on. She said her and Kim bonded before she died. I'm sure they did. Because to me, they were both locked in houses, waiting on Diddy to stop by. That's why Jennifer Lopez ended the relationship as soon as it started. And the other thing is that the only reason that J-Lo could end it is because J-Lo was who she was. Meaning when you come into the situation with your own shit, you have something to leave with. When you somebody that this nigga is giving everything to, it's a different. That's why Corey Holcomb said, I want the broke bitch. The broke bitch not gonna leave me as easily. She need me. The one that's got something, as soon as I start doing funny shit, she out of here. Oh, I'm about to get off. I know I've been on here too long, but I told y'all it was gonna be a long ass live, and I'll be back at 6:30 to do the members only. But we had to go through all of this, y'all, because it's been so much. It's been so much stuff, and I really wanted to get it all out. J-Lo is also a white Latina. Yes. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like Diddy knows that he's using these things, right? Just like I think if if there was overlap between Misa and Kim, then you're going to be telling Misa, you just a regular around the way girl. Kim's a model. You get with Kim. Then here come J-Lo. J-Lo is J-Lo, white Latina. Make Kim feel bad. Then you got Cassie coming. Oh, she the Filipino. She's young. She's the new hot thing. Make Kim feel bad. Like, come on, y'all. Like, it is him specifically implanting insecurity in these women's minds so that they will fight over dick, which is why I don't do that. That's why I don't do that. We not fighting over dick. I learned that a long time ago, bitch. In high school, I ain't fighting over shit. If you want it, you can have it. If it can be took, it should have got took. We not fighting over dick. Because most of the time, all of the time, you fighting over dick because that nigga wants you to be fighting over his dick. Because he telling her one thing and telling you another thing so that y'all will want to fight each other over him, and he ain't even that fucking valuable. Listen, we don't do that. Never that. Women fight over men and vice versa. What you mean? Women fight over men and men fight over women? Men do not fight over women. Men do not fight over women. Men adopt a shame thing with women, right? Women do not fight other day. I know for a fact, niggas is so pussy, this what they do. Say that somebody was about to steal on your lady or something like that. You're going to dap hands and be cool with the nigga because he just being a man. She the one that wanted it. So I'm gonna look at her like she just a hoe and he just a man being a man. So I'm gonna dap him off. Roles before hoes. These niggas ain't never fighting over no woman. Right. Men fight over ownership of women, not women themselves. No. It's never like me and another dude fighting over. That's not, no. that's not how that go. Okay? Not at all. Men fight over women to win admiration of other men. That's another thing. Yes, property. Refer to Lauren London. Absolutely. Y'all know Lauren London at one point, and I'm going to feel like this. I'm going to feel like Lauren London was absolutely in a similar situation with Diddy when they were together and we wasn't really hearing about it. And then she was able to leave him alone. I wonder what happened with Wayne because we just heard a story about Wayne. So what happened there? And then she ends up with Nipsey, and Nipsey seems to be showing her love in a way that she had not experienced it before. And I don't know Nipsey. I'm not about to go to bat for that nigga too hard. But if you've been with Wayne and Diddy, as soon as you meet a nigga that's not treating you like shit on the bottom of his foot when he feel like it, you're like, oh my God, they're nice men out here. My God, today. There are nice men out here, girl. I had no idea. Lil Wayne talked to me like shit. Diddy talk to me like shit, treat me like shit. I come into contact with Nipsey. Look, Nipsey was cheating. He ain't beating my ass. He ain't talking to me crazy. He ain't putting sores in my mouth. Hey, and I'm going to tell y'all right now, most women that have been in abusive relationships, they enter in other abusive relationships, but they weigh it. So if I got my ass beat by the first nigga, when I go to the next nigga, he not going to be as abusive. He's still going to be abusive because I don't know anything else, but he's not going to be as abusive. I'm going to be looking at the next dude like, oh, well, he ain't do what the last dude did. And if y'all know that that's how men operate, they view themselves as, yeah, I might be the bad guy, but I'm not as bad as that nigga. That's the mentality. And that's why y'all always do this. When we start talking about black men being accused of something, but the white men, y'all let the white men do it. It's always comparing yourself to somebody else so you don't have to be accountable for what the fuck you're doing. Always. We saw it with Mel and Martell. Martell would talk about Martell loved the fact that the Scott brothers ain't shit ass husbands. He loved that. When him and Mel were together, he could cheat and be a whole out town. But all he got to do is raise them children, know about them children, comb some hair, fix some plates, go pick the kids up, and he gets to be better just because them two niggas are not good at being fathers. That's what they all do. They're not good by virtue of themselves and their own integrity and morals that they follow. No, they're good based on whatever worst nigga they can find to compare themselves to. But that's all I got for y'all today, child. I need the garden after this. Thank y'all, everybody, for watching. 2,000 people in the room. Thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe. Members, I'll see y'all in a few. Cut it up, please. Post some clips somewhere so I can make it easier on myself. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all for coming through. This was a tough one. Okay, this was a tough one for me. Lauren London and Capricorn, Puff's old assistant who he essayed and left her in Paris without her passport are related in some way. Oh, Lord. Child, the stories that we don't know. The stories that we don't know. Anyway, I love you guys, and I'll see y'all later.